Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. काम कर रहा है. जय निताई गौर. हर्षल Devotee, very good. Confirmation आ गया. Thank you, Harshal Prabhu. Very good. Even though he's not here, he's making sure we are technically okay. So, firstly, thank you to all Prabhujis and Matajis for So, firstly, thank you to all Prabhujis and Matajis who have given your time, precious time. Time is very precious. Time is the only thing we think we have, and it keeps moving. It keeps moving. Without a glimpse, we finished 2 years. You know, I have come to the apartment in 2000. Did we come, Mataji? 3 years back, right? 3 years now, actually. Yeah, we both came on the same day. Mataji moving in that house. Almost same day, 3 of us came on the floor. And then we started this batch here after a few months. Can't believe it's already 2 years and we have been reading Bhagavad Gita, and successfully Krishna has allowed us to finish Bhagavad Gita chapter by chapter, verse by verse. So today I'm going to briefly spend a little bit of time, not a lecture, just summarizing Bhagavad Gita in essence, right? I mean, it's something that cannot be done. Let me also tell you, you cannot summarize Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita itself is a summary. How can you summarize the summary? Sarva Upanishado Gavo, Dogda Gopalanandana, Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta, Dugda Gita Mrita Mahat. Lord Shiva, Mahadev is telling that all the Upanishads are the sar of Vedas. Right? Entire Vedas, all the philosophy is pulled into Upanishads. And Upanishads, when they take the form of a cow and you milk that cow, like bringing the essence from that cow, that is Bhagavad Gita. Right? And there is nothing higher than Bhagavad Gita. So I'm just going to remind you, of what chapters we went through. That itself is a summary, right? So the first chapter is Arjuna Vishada Yoga. You can go to, what is the page number? Yes, something like this, right? And summary is already given. So this summary is enough to read the contents, right? Each one of them. Hari Bol. In the contents, first, the third, I think the fourth page you can see. So first chapter is Arjuna Vishada Yoga, observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So Srila Prabhupada has already given a summary for each one of these chapters. So I'll just read it. As the opposing armies stand poised for battle, Arjuna, the mighty warrior, sees his inmate relatives, teachers and friends in both armies ready to fight and sacrifice their lives. Overcome by grief and pity, Arjuna fails in strength. His mind becomes bewildered and he gives up his determination to fight. So 5 questions Arjuna asks. 5 questions. Number 1, Krishna, if I do this war, it will cause sin. Krishna, what is it? I'll do this war, but it will cause problem in the lineage, right? All the women will be polluted if all the men are gone, killed, right? And why should I do the war when they are my gurus and they are my worshipable personalities? Why should I do this war? Like that, he asks all these doubts. I'm not able to immediately remember, but there are indecision, right? He's not able to make a decision. He says, I'm not able to make a decision. What else you remember? Compassion, yeah. Why should I kill? They are such nice people. Why should I kill? Why should I get into this ghastly warfare? Yeah, of course. He says, whom will I enjoy with? Thank you, Hare Krishna. Very grateful. We had written some notes that time actually. Yeah. So, enjoyment. Enjoyment meaning what? If all of these people are killed, whom will I enjoy with? Whom will I live with? What am I doing this war for? If family itself is gone, then what kind of world will I experience? Like that. Chapter 2. Contents of Gita summarized. Arjuna submits to Lord Krishna as his disciple, and Krishna begins his teachings to Arjuna by explaining the fundamental distinction between the temporary material body and the eternal spirit soul. Lord explains the process of transmigration, the nature of selfless service to the Supreme, and the characteristics of a self-realized person. Chitta Pragya, he explains. So this the first of all, second chapter, Krishna finishes the entire Bhagavad Gita. Contents of Gita summarized. So summary ka summary. Right? So Krishna doesn't answer the questions directly. The questions are, why should I kill them? Krishna doesn't answer that. Krishna says, who are you first? First understand who are you. Are you the body or are you the soul? And Krishna explains the science of soul. For almost 20 verses he explains that you are not this body, Arjuna. What are you talking? Before even you ask that question, understand who you are. You are not this body, you are the soul. And soul has no death. And none of these people whom you are thinking to kill will ever be killed. So what are you worrying about? And then he goes into saying, don't get disturbed. Matras parshastu kaunte, sitoshna sukadukada, agama paina nitya, stamta tiksha bharata. You are a great warrior. What are you speaking like a lunatic? What are you speaking like a coward? Krishna was very heavy. He said, you are Kuru. The entire Sena is standing behind. You are speaking like a fool. It doesn't befit you. It doesn't fall in line with your image. And you are the soul. And by the way, soul should not be disturbed. Then he talks about Sthita Pragya. The one who is not disturbed by all the happenings of this material world because he can clearly see that this life itself is so short. Right? In this short life, there is a purpose. Forget about religion, forget about any faith, forget about anything else. First of all, who are you? Fundamental thing. Then you talk about other things. Right? And when you know who you are, then you automatically become determined. Determination. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekaha kurunandana. Bahushaka anantascha abuddhira vyavasaya. He says, don't go into too many branches. Yeah, I believe in this also, I believe in that also. Believe in one thing. And that one thing will take you in one direction. And one pointedly will come to be. Krishna pushes that point in the second chapter itself. And then he explains, Arjuna, that try to be a transcendentalist, rise above. Right? Rise above this day and night of this world. What is night for materialistic people is day for a spiritualist person. Spiritual person's night is a day for a materialist. Meaning, spiritual people see the life for the right meaning. Prabhuji, Mataji, all of us have read Bhagavad Gita. Some of you have attended all the 18 chapters. Some of you have attended a few. But fundamentally understand that we all are just transmigrating souls. We are changing body after body, body after body, body after body, body. We're just changing. It's very clear. Scientifically proven. We are changing bodies. Cells are dying every 7 years. Entire body is changing every 7 years without even the knowledge. So when we are changing bodies, a fundamental question should be, who is making me change these bodies? Isn't it? And why am I changing these bodies? Why am I getting into all this trouble? And that is what Bhagavad Gita explains, that you are responsible for that. Our desires are responsible for that. And Krishna explains that control the desires. Otherwise, you will fall down again. Right? Jahaito Osho Pumsan Sangaste Jupadayate, Sangat Sanjayate Kama, Kama Krodha Vijayate, Krodhat Bhavati Sammohat, Sammohat Smriti Brahma, Smriti Brahmashat, Buddhinasho, Buddhinashat Pranati. Buddhi is gone, you will again come to this material world. We are very Bhagavad Gita. Now it's time to implement it and start contemplating on it. So second chapter, actually Krishna finishes Bhagavad Gita and he says, you surrender up to me, I'll take care of everything. Right? All you have to do is put the onus on me. Because he is the only one who can do that. None of us can have the power to go through this Maya. Maya is very strong. It will keep us in the illusion. The moment you walk out of there, again you will forget who is Krishna, why did I take birth, what is happening. Everybody says that body is temporary. Everybody says that. But nobody believes it. It's so easy to forget that body is temporary, isn't it? What if I say you can only see for the next 5,000 hours? Bad news or good news? Bad news. But that's the real news. You can only see for the next 5,000 hours. Now tell me how preciously you will use your eyes. Isn't it? Simple fact. But you know what? They are forgetting that. Actually, there is already a hourly clock kept to your eyes also. To your tongue also, your stomach also, your heart also. Everything has a clock. Clock already laga diya andar. Fitting ho gaya. We are not realizing that. We are wasting these eyes for stupid movies and stupid games and stupid, unrelated things to the soul. We are not thinking about the soul. We are only thinking of the body. अरे सब लोग जा रहे हैं मैं भी जा रहा हूँ. अरे वो उसको नहीं मालूम है, तुमको मालूम है. You are going to die anytime. What are you doing with your eyes? And dying is not still scaring you. Huh? Dying will not scare you. If I tell your eyes will go, your nose will go. अरे प्रभु कितना टाइम बाकी है? कितना टाइम बाकी है? This is the problem. We are forgetting the most fundamental thing, and Krishna is reminding that. And he's telling Arjuna, "Hey Arjuna, what are you speaking? All these clocks are already set. All these people, this entire jana, they are all going to go. Do your duty. In this situation, do your duty." Right? Chapter 3, Karma Yoga. Everyone must engage in some sort of activity in this material world, but actions can either bind one in this world or liberate one from it. By acting for the pleasure of the Supreme without selfish motives, one can be liberated from the law of karma, action and reaction, and attain the transcendental knowledge of the self and the Supreme. So Krishna is saying karma. He starts karma yoga. He says, do your work properly. Karmanyavadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturvur mate sangostu karmani. He says, do your duty, but do it with knowledge. That is the difference. A lot of people don't know this. They think, Bhagavad Gita means do your work. No, do it with knowledge. Knowledge of what? Of you and Supreme. Prabhus, I'm a PhD in chemistry. I'm a PhD in physics. I'm a PhD in accountancy. I'm a PhD in Palana Tinka, whatever PhD you are, right? When Prabhuji put a full form to PhD, Pura hi pagal something, something like that. Huh? Pura head damage. Prabhuji has put a new abbreviation. Pura head damage. Okay, a PhD. See, what is the use of that PhD when you are not using that for delivering your soul? What is the use of that PhD? Huh? Of course, PhD people are respectable. But for what? Use that PhD knowledge in service of Krishna. Deliver yourself from the cycle of birth and death. अरे कुछ भी बोलो यार, मौत आ रहा है. Death is coming. All religions have to accept it. Whether it is Islam, whether it is Christianity, whether it is Judaism, Sikhism, Jainism, whatever ism, you have to accept that death is coming. तो क्या कर रहे हैं? Death is coming, क्या कर रहे हैं? नहीं, मरना तो सभी को है. वो तो कुत्ता भी बोलता है. Right? सुअर भी बोलता है. You are a human being. Do something about it. How to stop this cycle of birth and death? What kind of activities I should do in my life? What kind of karma yoga should I practice in my life which will not give me another birth? Make sense? So Krishna says the choice we have. A lot of people don't know that the choice we have. But actually we have that choice. A lot of people don't know. And they don't want to know also. Right? Next. Now Krishna ends third chapter with saying we need knowledge of, with karma. And fourth chapter he completely spends on knowledge, transcendental knowledge. Transcendental knowledge, the spiritual knowledge of the soul and God and of the relationship is both purifying and liberating. Such knowledge is the fruit of selfless devotion, karma yoga. The Lord explains the remote history of the Gita, the purpose and significance of his periodic descents to this material world, and the necessity of approaching a guru, a realized teacher. So in this chapter is telling how much knowledge is important. Do action with knowledge. But by the way, I am the one who gave this knowledge many years ago. Imam Vivaspati Yogam Proktavan Aham Abhyagam. I gave it to Vivaswan, so it came. But in between the chain was broken. So again I came. Paritranaya sadhu nashaya chatuskrita. Dharma santhapanarthaya sambhavami yogyam. Again coming. Yada hi dharmasya jnanir bhavati bharata. Abhyudhanama dharmasya Tadatmanam Suchami. I am coming again and again and again and again, Arjuna, to establish this truth for you. And that is the reason I come. There is no reason for me to come. Krishna says, there is no reason for me to come. Why should I come? I am coming because I love you all. And I'll keep coming again and again to give this knowledge again and again and again. Because again and again we forget also. He knows that. Then further he goes into action in Krishna consciousness. Karma Yoga is in 3 chapters. 5th chapter. Karma Yoga, action in Krishna consciousness. Outwardly performing all actions but inwardly renouncing their fruits, the wise man, purified by the fire of transcendental knowledge, attains peace, detachment, forbearance, spiritual vision, and bliss. So he's saying do things without any attachment. Do it as a duty. If you're a parent, don't expect anything from your children. Be a parent. Difficult, right? We want our parent to give us pride. We want our children to give us pride. We want them to give, some class in the society, this, that. But if you think only that, how can you love your child? Tomorrow, if it doesn't do that, your love will become polluted. So even paternal love in this material world has some expectations and is not pure. But Krishna is saying, your love towards God should be such that whatever happens in your life, I will continue to love you, Krishna. Because I know you are doing it for my good only. Something happens to you, it's for your good only. What worse can happen? You are anyway going to die. What worse can happen? इससे ज़्यादा क्या होगा? बताओ. है कि नहीं? इससे ज़्यादा कुछ भी नहीं होगा, है कि नहीं? Say for example, I got to know that I have cancer, stage 4. What should I feel? भगवद गीता इतना पढ़ा है, कृष्ण मेरे साथ क्यों क्या? इतना सेवा कर रहा हूँ, मेरे साथ क्यों क्या? अरे तू तो मरने वाला था ऐसे में. You are anyway going to die. Where is the question of complaining? Huh? What Krishna did before you died, he at least told you why you took birth. कुछ तो दिया. Now you can make a choice. Right? So action without any attachment. That's very, very. That is Krishna conscious action. So bhakti enters into karma yoga. Right? A lot of people ask this question. Prabhuji, should I practice karma yoga? Should I practice jnana yoga? Should I practice ashtanga yoga? Or should I practice jnana yoga? Or should I practice bhakti yoga? What is the answer for that? In all these yogas, the purpose is bhakti only. Krishna is clearly explaining action in Krishna consciousness, karma in bhakti consciousness. That is karma yoga. Simply doing work is not karma yoga. That's foolishness. I do what I like to do. You do what you like to do. What does it got to do with Bhagavad Gita? These days, so many people are writing so many books in the name of Bhagavad Gita, cheating people. But they're not telling Bhagavad Gita. They're telling their Gita. Reddy Gita, Rao Gita, Kamar Gita, Tuma Gita. All kinds of Gitas that people are writing. Nobody is telling Krishna Gita. Right? Dhyana Yoga. Now Krishna is going to next yoga. Dhyana Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga, a mechanical, meditative practice, controls the mind and senses and focuses concentration on the Paramatma, the super soul, the form of the Lord situated in the heart. The practice culminates in Samadhi, full consciousness of the Supreme. What is the point of meditation? Full consciousness of the Supreme. Meditation without any focus is sleep. That's all it is. If somebody is sitting, अब सभी लोग आंख बंद कीजिए, अभी आप ऐसे कीजिए, सांस को लीजिए, अभी आंख बंद के सो जाइए बस. क्या मतलब उसका? What is the meaning of meditation? Some fools have created foolish institutions and maha fools are going to those institutions just to get fooled. Right? Why do you feel peace when you are doing meditation? It's true that when you go to those institutions, you will feel peace also. After 1 hour, अभी आपको कैसा लग रहा है? मुझे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. क्यों अच्छा लग रहा है? Because 1 hour you did not do any nonsense. Because all the while you are doing nonsense only, no? Speaking bad about others, commenting on others, talking this, talking that, all nonsense you are doing. 1 hour you did not do anything. You'll feel peace, right? Obviously you'll feel peace. Meditation gives peace, but it doesn't give Krishna. Right? Meditation means Dhyaito Vishnu, focusing on the feet of the Supreme Lord, focusing on the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Without Krishna, without God in the center, there is no meaning for meditation. Don't fall for those theories and those institutions. I'm telling you, it's prevalent heavily in this world today. Pagal mara rahe logon ko. There is no meaning to meditation. Better you go and sleep in the house. Takya lage so jao, usse acha hai. Don't waste your time sitting there and I'll sit in a pyramid, I'll sit in a square, I'll sit in a, what is it, circle. Huh? I'll sit somewhere, you all sit, you look at me, I look at you, you look me, look me, look me, look me. आप पता नहीं क्या क्या बना रहे लोग. You know what fool they are making out of us. अरे दिमाग नहीं है क्या? And I tell you the biggest fools who fall for this are educated people. One village woman, I was talking to her. She came and told, "Pichola, you get understand?" She was able to interpret clearly. She's clearly telling, "पागल है क्या? ऐसे बैठ के ऐसे आंख बंद करके उससे अच्छा हरि का भजन करो." One lady, illiterate lady, was telling me. But one fellow from Gachibowli, you know, PhD in something, you know, working as director, vice president, that fellow will go and sit there. I have meditated. This fool. सबसे बड़ा fool. What education gives? Ghamand. And that ghamand will make you lose your sense. Focus on Krishna. If you believe in Bhagavad Gita, then follow Bhagavad Gita. Don't go tell people that I believe in Bhagavad Gita, but I don't follow anything in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is clearly telling in this 6th chapter, at the end, Yoginam api sarvesham matkatanam tiratma. It's clearly, the greatest yogi is the one who surrenders to me. Okay? That is conclusion. 7th chapter, knowledge of the absolute. Now here Krishna is introducing himself. Till now he is talking about yogas, but here he is introducing himself. Lord Krishna is the supreme truth, the supreme cause and sustaining force of everything, both material and spiritual. Advanced souls surrender unto him in devotion, whereas impious souls divert their minds to other objects of worship. Krishna is also telling, don't keep going and worshipping here and there. You should respect the Devatas. Remember, you should respect the Devatas, because who created Devatas? I only created. Durga Ma, Mahadev, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Agni, I have created. You should respect them because they are working as per my order. Nobody else has told this anywhere in Vedas, Prabhu. Only Krishna has told this in Bhagavad Gita. Everybody is working as per my order. So, Prabhuji, I think I know Bhagavan is Krishna, so I only worship Bhagavan. I don't care about other devatas. That is also wrong. That is also wrong. Why? Because they are working for him only. But if you go to them and tell, you are sabse bada, you are everything, I only focus on you, the devata will become uncomfortable. Hey, what are you doing? I am not the source of everything. I am doing the order of Narayan. I am just following the order of Narayan. So, we should be very careful in understanding. In 7th chapter, Krishna explains that fools go and worship devatas thinking they are the supreme. Understand the difference. Thinking they are the supreme. You should worship devatas understanding they are the supreme devotees. All the devatas are devotees. सब लोग भक्त हैं. भगवान एक ही है, बाकी सभी भक्त हैं. Simple है ना? सबका मालिक एक. 2, 3, 15 नहीं है. So that's what many people, when try to convert Sanatanis into other religions, what they tell? है तुम लोग के पास इतने सारे भगवान, पत्थर भी भगवान है, बंदर भी भगवान है, तुम लोग किसी का भी पूजा करते हैं. And we don't have an answer because we never read Bhagavad Gita. If you read Bhagavad Gita, clearly Krishna is telling, भगवान एक ही है, भगवान एक ही है, देवताएं बहुत हैं. There are many devatas, and all the devatas should be worshipped, but understanding that they are all leaves of a tree, and the tree trunk is Krishna, roots as Krishna. And if you water the roots, all the plants and branches and leaves, everybody will be automatically satisfied. Automatically satisfied. That's 7th chapter. 8th chapter, now he's telling how to attain him. Now that he introduced himself, how to attain him. Attaining the Supreme. By remembering the Lord Krishna in devotion throughout one's life, and especially at the time of death, one can attain to his supreme abode beyond the material world. Entire chapter in 3 lines, Prabhupada is putting it. How to attain him? Choose him. Just choose him. That's all you have to do. At the time of death, there should not be confusion. किसको पूजा करूं? कौन है वो जो लेके जाता है? Right? कौन है जो सपने में आया? नहीं, कोई सपने में नहीं आया. Krishna एक ही है. Should be clear at the time of death. But that will not happen suddenly. Overnight you can't surrender to Krishna. Whole life is a preparation. Death is the examination. What? Whole life is a? Death is a examination. You can't write the examination without preparation. right? So every day chanting his names, remembering his leelas, remembering what he told, messages in Bhagavad Gita, associating with senior devotees, associating with saints, will give you the focus and determination to face that time of examination. And then you can choose it. And Krishna says, if you choose me, you will come to me. If you choose somebody else, I will send you there also. I'll send you. He's not merciless. He's not telling you, don't choose me, you will go to hell. ऐसा नहीं है आपका religion. Whatever you choose, you will go there. But if you choose me, you will never return. He's giving us a choice. It's beautiful. क्या merciful God है. Huh? So you only make the choice. Want to return? You like material? गली जोड़ी अच्छा लगता है? आ जाओ वापस. Come back again. Come back to Gachibowli. Come back to, I don't know, somebody likes Ooty, Kodaikanal. जाओ फिर से घूम के आओ. कोडाईकनाल में क्या अच्छा है? बहुत अच्छे लेक्स है. मैटर की तरफ पे जाओ, लेक में घूमो. उसके बाद जाओ वापस. फिर सत्संग में आओ. Right? Then come back to me. Krishna is giving full facility. In 8th chapter is telling choose. Now Krishna is introducing the most confidential knowledge, bhakti. The most confidential knowledge. Lord Krishna is the supreme Godhead and the supreme object of worship. The soul is eternally related to him through transcendental devotional service, bhakti. By reviving one's pure devotion, one returns to Krishna in the supreme realm. Only Prabhupada could put the entire chapter in 3 lines. Otherwise, 9th chapter is impossible to summarize. Because 9th chapter is complete revelation of bhakti. And every verse in 9th chapter is gold, jewel of Bhagavad Gita. Once Prabhupada told one person, he just met him once. He was a big general in German army. So one devotee, Indradunne Maharaj, he brought the general to meet Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada just looked at him and told, just read 9th chapter every day, go. His entire life he read only 9th chapter. And he understood complete conclusion of Krishna in 9th chapter. So impossible. So much possible to understand entire Bhagavad Gita in 1 chapter, that is 9th chapter. The 9th chapter, Krishna is telling how to attain him through bhakti. How to attain him through bhakti. I'll read 3 lines again. Lord Krishna is the supreme Godhead and the supreme object of worship. The soul is eternally related to him through transcendental devotional service, bhakti yoga. By reviving one's pure devotion, one returns to Krishna in the supreme realm. We have to revive bhakti. We are not teaching anything new. It's already there in you. You're just reviving it. You understand? Consciousness is being revived. It's not being created. और प्रभु जी आप सब लोग बैठो, अब तुम लोगों के ऊपर मैं वश करने वाला हूँ. I'm going to tell you something. Take over your car. No. You're already devotees. You already have heard Bhagavad Gita. You already know Bhagavad Gita. भूल गए. इतने जन्म ले के भूल गए. So Krishna is coming again and reviving it back. He's removing the dust. Cheto darpana varchanam bhava mahatva nirvapara. He's cleaning the darpan and saying, hey, can't you see now? Did you understand me now? I think about Krishna understand. I'm able to understand now. Yes. Eat prasadam. Chant my names. Easily you'll understand. More clearly you'll understand. Regularly read about what I told. Hear from. You will clearly understand. Regulation is important and continuation is very important. Otherwise, Bhagavad Gita will be like India Today magazine. पूरा पढ़ा रख दिया खत्म. कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. So 10th chapter, the opulence of the absolute. Now that he told how to attain him, who is he? Now he's going to tell how great is he, right? The opulence of the absolute. All wondrous phenomena showing power, beauty, grandeur, and or sublimity, either in the material world or in the spiritual, are but partial manifestations of Krishna's divine energies and opulence. As the supreme cause of all causes and the support and essence of everything, Krishna is the supreme object of worship for all beings. Krishna is telling you, how can you see me everywhere? The taste of water is me. The smell of earth is me. The heat in the fire is me. Right? The aroma in the air is me. You can see me. You can feel me, provided you believe in me. Provided you understand me. Krishna in 11th chapter is making us experience his presence. Right? Is Krishna here right now? He is absolutely here. We are with Krishna. Krishna hai yahan pe. Right? So that he is giving through examples in 11th chapter. 12th chapter, the universal, sorry, 10th chapter, the 11th chapter, the universal form. This is something that Arjuna says, okay, Krishna here everywhere, can you show me? For whom? For all of us. And whatever Krishna is going to show in Virat Rup is not complete Krishna. He is a partial spark of splendor. Krishna says, what I have shown you is a big forest fire, one spark is coming out, that spark I showed you. That is his universal form. Lord Krishna grants Arjuna divine vision and reveals his spectacular unlimited form as a cosmic universe. Thus, he conclusively establishes his divinity. Krishna explains that his own all-beautiful human-like form is the original form of Godhead. One can perceive this form only by pure devotional service. So he shows the Virat Rup and Arjuna gets scared and he says, okay, I'll come back to my original form. Just like 2 hands and 2 legs in front of us. Problem is people hesitate to believe that Lord also looks like us because we think he and he are same. That is the problem. He has 2 hands, but the hands can do everything. He has 2 legs. His legs can do everything. Can your hands eat food? Can only pick up food. They can't eat. Krishna can eat with his hands also. Right? Krishna can eat with his eyes also. Krishna can speak with his eyes also. His legs can do something that we can't do. So his body and our body are different. Don't go comparing that. That's the reason people don't believe that God has a form. Because if he has a form, that fellow will also get diabetes. Krishna doesn't never get diabetes. He'll eat all kinds of fruits and all every day he'll eat rasgulla, but he'll not get diabetes. Diabetes is our problem. Problem is we think God is like us when he gets a body. No. Avajananti ma mudha. Krishna says, people who think that I have a human-like form is a mudha. 9.11. You can read that verse. हाँ? 911. पुलिस का नंबर भी है, ओसामा बिन लादेन का नंबर भी है. क्या बोले? Chapter 12, devotional service. Now he is introducing bhakti and closing Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 12, right? This I call as discount sale chapter. That's my own, definition of the chapter. किसी भी तरह go to Krishna. Discount sale. Devotional service. Bhakti yoga. Pure devotional service to Lord Krishna is the highest and the most expedient means for attaining pure love for Krishna, which is the highest end of spiritual existence. Those who follow this supreme path develop divine qualities. So Krishna speaks about divine qualities and he tells how to attain. And there he says, surrender unto me. Krishna, okay, you can't surrender? At least hear from me. Krishna, you can't hear from me? At least come and sit here. Bro, I can't say, okay, you stay wherever you are, but at least listen to me. This is called discount. Do something for me. Offer your work to me. Oh, you can't. At least do some. You offer your results to me. Right? Full discount. Buy one, get unlimited free. This 12th chapter. Bhakti Yoga. Yeah?
That is to start.
Huh?
Discount for this to start by. Start there and then go.
Start then. Yes. That's what even malls do, right? They keep all posters. Buy one, get 10 free. You will run there. I'll get 10 by one. And what happens then after going? You will buy 10. Forget about that one. The transcendental cheating by God. Chapter 13. Now comes Jnana Yoga. Now, why Jnana Yoga, Prabhus? Because after Krishna telling entire Bhagavad Gita, there is a possibility that we will have some doubts. So Jnana Yoga comes from 3rd chapter. Then comes, a telling in which mode you are. That is also part of Jnana Yoga. And understanding how we act in different modes. How much important is association, 15th chapter. How to check in what mode you are, 16th chapter. How to make sure that you are making progress, 17th chapter. And finally come to me, the 18th chapter. All the 6 chapters is Jnana Yoga. From 13th chapter. Nature, the enjoyer and consciousness. Kshetrajna. Right? One who understands the difference between the body, the soul and the super soul, beyond them both attains liberation from the material world. Understand who is the doer, who is the cause of everything, what is Prakriti, what is Kala, what is time, all these things Krishna explains in 13th chapter. We went in length actually. 13th chapter we did for almost 2 months. You can go and hear the recordings. Chapter 14. Now is why is he telling chapter 14? Now he's asking, which mode are you in? A mode love now? Goodness, passion, ignorance? Because not everybody can come to me. If you're an ignorance, you can't. You have to develop, you have to scale up your mode. You have to come to goodness. And from there, pure goodness, then you can come to me. Right? But to know, he's giving that knowledge. Chapter 14. The three modes of material nature. All embodied souls are under the control of the three modes of qualities of material nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. Lord Krishna explains what these modes are, how they act upon us, how one transcends them, and the symptoms of one who has attained the transcendental state. Kya scientific chapter hai wo? Okay? He's telling the problem, he's also telling how to understand you have the problem and how to raise up the problem, and how do you know that you have actually come out of the problem. Everything is telling. Chapter 15, the yoga of the Supreme Person. The ultimate purpose of Vedic knowledge is to detach oneself from the entanglement of the material world and to understand Lord Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who understands Krishna's supreme identity surrenders unto him and engages in his devotional service. And here Krishna puts a lot of importance of association. If you are in right Sangha, you will be in good consciousness. Prabhuji, the most precious thing that we have is consciousness. Consciousness is the most important thing we have. Because consciousness makes you make choices. Right? And if you make a wrong choice, you go in wrong direction. Anytime in life. So don't compromise your consciousness. How do you compromise your consciousness? By eating at the wrong place, by speaking about wrong topics, by reading a wrong book, by understanding truth from a wrong person. This is all compromising consciousness only, right? Prabhuji, kya hoga? Guntur Karam dekhne se kya hoga? Sab hoga. You don't know what will happen. It will spoil your consciousness. You are compromising your consciousness. Prabhuji, iska matlab movie nahi dekhna. Slowly you will come to that state where you will not like watching movies. Slowly it will come. It will come. When you start chanting more attentively, when you are focusing more on Krishna, when you are becoming more and more attentive, all other things will become meaningless. Just like I told you, you only have 5,000 hours of vision. Will you go and see Guntur Karam? No. In this 5,000 hours, what should I do? You will become more, you will see everything about you more valuably. Everything will become more valuable. Every time will become more valuable. Say somebody, you get to know, Akashvani comes. What is today's date? 28th morning, 5 o'clock, you are dying. 20th morning, you are dying. Now tell me, Abhi se, what all you will do? Just imagine. In between, the maintenance will go, sir, you didn't pay your bill, I am putting interest. Bhad mein itara interest, kuch bhi dar. I'm dying tomorrow money. What nonsense interest? Sir, your property is in dispute. Somebody came and asked for it. Bhad mein gaya property. I only have 24 hours left. 24 mein 4 already gaya. 5 o'clock I'm dying. It's already 10, 9 o'clock, 9:30 minutes. Kitna time baki hai? Only 19 and a half hours. In this 19 and a half hours, I have to utilize every minute. Right? You'll go and first thing I'll do, I'll go and sit in my friend of my bike. Sorry for all my faults. I did. Right? I'll go to my sons. Please forgive me if I spoke rudely anytime. I'll go to my friends. I'll tell, please, don't think that I did wantedly. I actually didn't mean that. I'll go to my boss. I did a lot of mistakes. I'm admitting now. Right? So you are trying to utilize the available time to clean your slate in this world. Is that true? You'll not try to create. Only a fool will go during that 19 hours and go and buy a plot. पागल ही करेगा ऐसे काम, हाँ? पर भरेंगे है कि नहीं? You always clean your slate when you know how precious the remaining time is. Is that true? So that is what we should do. That is what we should do. 15 chapters teaching, clean your slate by being in right association. Yoga of the Supreme Person. 16th chapter. the divine and demoniac natures. Those who possess demoniac qualities and who live whimsically without following the regulations of scripture attain lower births and then further material bondage. But those who possess divine qualities and live regulated lives, abiding by spiritual authority, gradually attain supreme perfection. Why is Krishna giving this chapter? So that he can, are you divine? Mataji, are you divine? Prabhu, are you demoniac? How do you know? Am I demoniac? How will you know? How will you know? There has to be some checklist, right? Huh? After hearing the entire Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is giving you a checklist to know where you are. Amazing, ना? क्या मैनेजर है? अरे बाप रे! पूरा काम भी दिया, लास्ट में चेकलिस्ट भी दिया. That where are you demonic or demonic? Where do you stand? Here are the divine qualities, Arjuna. Here are the demonic qualities, Arjuna. By the way, Arjuna, you don't need to worry. He says that you don't need, you are a divine person. He tells us you're a divine person. But understand that these are the demonic qualities. And divine quality is the one who follows the order of God, follows the message of God, follows the scriptures, respects scriptures, Granth. You know, there are a lot of people who worship scripture. Have you seen anywhere? Right? Yeah, even in Gurudwara they keep the scripture, right? They worship. Why do they worship the scripture? Because scripture is the truth. Ram Naam Satya hai. Baki sab mithya hai. Everything else is foolish. Scripture is very important. You know, that's where so scripture not only has to be worshipped, has to be read also. ऐसे उसको worship कर करके Bhagavad Gita as it is. I'll keep it as it is. No. Bhagavad Gita should not be kept as it is. You have to remove that and read. That is real worship of scripture. You know, a lot of people on Ganesh festival day, they'll remove Bhagavad Gita in their house, keep it beside their life. Ganesh is thinking, I gave you to you are only on Ganesh Chaturthi, they'll remove all holy books. Ganesh doesn't know all those books. Ganesh is the one who gave all those books. He is the one who wrote the entire Vedas. He is like giving it back. Otherwise, usko new book. What is this? So, divine and demonic pieces. So, we should know our nature. Chapter 17, the divisions of faith. Now, Krishna is asking, what faith do you carry now? Now that you have all the knowledge, you have the right faith. Because faith is everything, Prabhu. If your faith is put on a wrong thing, you'll go in a wrong direction. So, here also, there are three types of faith corresponding to and evolving from the three modes of material nature. Acts performed by those whose faith is in passion and ignorance yield only impermanent material results, whereas acts performed in goodness in accord with scriptural injunctions purify the heart and lead to pure faith in Lord Krishna and devotion to him. Right? So is your faith based on ignorance, passion, or goodness? Very important. So before conclusion, he is making sure where is our faith situated. So every time we read Bhagavad Gita, again come to 17th chapter and ask, Kidhar hai mera faith? Right? And finally, chapter 18, the conclusion, the perfection of renunciation. Krishna explains the meaning of renunciation and the effects of the modes of nature on human consciousness and activity. He explains Brahman realization, the glories of Bhagavad Gita, and the ultimate conclusion of the Gita, the highest path of religion is absolute, unconditional loving surrender unto Supreme Lord Krishna, which frees one from all sins, being one to brings one to complete enlightenment and enables one to return to Krishna's eternal spiritual abode. Right? Making sure that all our consciousness, whatever is there, in what mode it is, again he is clarifying that and is finally saying, I will take care of everything. If that one statement would not have been told by Krishna, Bhagavad Gita would have been such a difficult thing to practice. But at the end he told, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Praja Aham Tvam Sarva Papyabhyo Mokshashyami Maaschaha. Don't lose hope. We are all part of God. We are all part of God. Is God the purest? We are also pure. How can it be? He is impure, he is impure, she is impure? No, everybody is pure. Everybody is pure. But what went wrong? Some mode. Tamoguna, Rajoguna, Sattoguna, mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. Something predominated and you went in wrong direction. By reading Bhagavad Gita, by understanding from devotees, by practicing devotional service, you came closer to Krishna, became pure again. Just like a drop of rain is pure. A drop of rain is not impure, but if it falls in a gutter, it becomes impure. Isn't it? A drop of rain, it falls in your hand, it is still pure. But if it falls in drainage, it becomes impure. We have fallen into the material world. We have added that impurity on us. But if we just focus back, but if we just want to become purified, we'll become purified. How do you become purified? Say there is a glass. Analogy I'm giving. There is a glass filled with gutter water, right? Filled with drainage water. Kept that glass there. How do you remove the drainage from it? Keep adding pure water. Take a bucket of pure water, keep putting in the glass. Slowly you will see all the gutter water is going out and pure water is filling. At one point, only pure water will remain. There is no drainage in that. Okay? So same thing we should do here also. Keep adding devotional life into your life. And slowly you see all the impurities will automatically go away. You should not become impatient. It will take time, Baba. It will take time. Right? It will take time. I'll tell one small story and close my session today. Then we can hear all your questions. What is the time? 9:45. 9:45. Okay. This is a big story, but I'm telling it in short. It's called Damodar Lila story. Right? But I'll not tell in detail. Damodar Lila can go on for 4-5 hours also. So much explanation is there. Yashoda wants to bind Krishna. Because Krishna is very mysterious. He goes and steals butter. Why he steals butter? Because butter comes after a lot of churning. Krishna wants to steal our hearts, which are like butter. Heart should become, then he'll come and steal. So he goes and steals butter. Yashoda becomes very angry. She ties Krishna. She wants to tie Krishna so that he doesn't go and steal again. So when she tries to tie Krishna, she takes a rope and she puts Krishna is a small boy, 2-year-old boy, very small. He's crying, don't tie me, don't tie me. But a devotee can tie Krishna. Only devotee can tie Krishna. Nobody else can tie Krishna. So Yashoda is tying this fellow. And Krishna is looking at it. I will tie you. She's tying. She's tying. And finally, when she comes to a point, it's 2 fingers too short. The rope is 2 fingers too short. Again, what happened? I'll get another rope. She gets another rope, ties, and again she ropes and ropes. Again, the rope comes, it's 2 fingers too short. Every time she wants to put the knot, it is 2 fingers too short. You understand? 2 fingers too short. It's not distance. 2 fingers are distance. Yeah. Then Gopikas are seeing Yashoda, hey, what is this? You're trying to tie Krishna, and amazing part is Krishna's belly size is same. It's not like he's increasing his belly. Kuch nahi kar raha, aise hi ho. His belly size is same, rope size is same, but it's always 2 fingers too short. And he's going on, trying, going on. Yashoda is trying, she's perspiring, she's like, pura pasina nikal raha hai. Ye ladka mere saath kya kar raha hai? And Krishna is still crying, right? It's not like he's laughing. He's still scared that his mother is tying, but he's not allowing her to tie. Then gopis, they come from other houses. Take my rope also. Take. It's a rope festival. Right? Everybody is bringing rope and they're tying. Krishna is not getting tied only. How can you tie? How can you tie the whole universe with your ropes? Right? Krishna, he doesn't allow her to tie. Finally, he allows her to tie. Then he sees 2 things. Those 2 fingers represent our endeavor, sadhana, and mercy. What kripa? Endeavor and mercy. So to tie God, you need those 2 things. Ultimately, no matter how many ropes you bring, ultimately you need these 2 things. What are those 2 things? Sadhana and kripa. Your sincere endeavor and mercy of God. Both are needed. If you practice Krishna consciousness and purify your consciousness, that is your sadhana. Yashoda was trying, and Krishna was seeing that she's trying. When she started sweating, then he understood she has done her part. God helps the person who helps himself. Simple. And you can tie Krishna provided you develop love for him, provided you surrender to him, provided you say, Krishna, I've done my part. Now, okay, now I'll add the next finger. Right? I'll add the next finger, both the fingers close, and she can tie. So Damodar Lila, you can hear, recently I've elaborately spoken. Yesterday, also in Pebble City, I was telling the same thing. 2.5 hours minimum, only about tying 2 fingers. But still you feel that you have not learned anything. That is Damodar Lila. Right? Today in Bhakti Center, we are discussing about Govardhan Lila. What is Govardhan Lila? Who is Govardhan? Giriraj. Right? So if you have time, please come. This is Kartika Mas. Anything you do in this Kartika Mas has unlimited benefits. And in the Kartika Mas, we finish Bhagavad Gita. And we are discussing summary of Bhagavad Gita. All this is arranged by Krishna only. Everybody in your home offer ghee lamp. Take a lamp, offer a ghee lamp to Krishna. Best picture is Radha Damodar, where Yashoda is tying Krishna. That picture you can offer. It's most beautiful. If you don't have the picture, at least to Krishna you offer. Or you just go to Google and type Radha Damodar and you'll find that picture. Mother tying the son. That is the picture. And that picture you can offer ghee lamp. Why ghee? Because ghee comes after a lot of purity. Ghee is not produced by machines. Ghee is produced. Essence of entire milk is ghee. Right? Milk has to be boiled, it has to be fermented, then curd, then curd has to be churned, butter will come up, then butter has to be boiled, and finally get ghee. Right? Krishna churns our life. Krishna churns our existence, so we become purified. Hare Krishna. So I congratulate everybody here that you have, I don't know, finished Bhagavad Gita is not the right term. English is, I don't like English language, it doesn't give the right meaning. How do I say? We read Bhagavad Gita. Right? We attempted to understand Bhagavad Gita and we kind of read through all the chapters. So now I welcome everyone one by one. So we can keep a chair here. That please come and 2-3 statutory warnings only. Don't praise me. And that is not the intent of what we are doing. Praise Krishna, praise Bhagavad Gita, and whatever little benefit you might have got. Don't tell something that you have not got. Anything little that you felt and realized. In how many of our sessions you attended? Why am I asking you to tell that? Because that will purify you. That is a message to Krishna you are giving. That Krishna, thank you. I heard something. Right? And is it not a good thing to thank God for what He has given to us? Now I'll come and sit there. So one by one. No. Who is the first one? I'll not call. Everybody has to come and say something. Okay? Little. And I think some of you, Mataji has to leave early, so she can come a little early. Right? Maybe one person can come, then Mataji will come, and then we can go on. Yeah? He wants to start. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And all the devotees attending online also, I'm very, very grateful. Thank you for joining every morning. I've seen. And so many of you are hearing the recording also. Thank you for the service. Hare Krishna. And do you have any reflections? You can leave in the comments. Yeah? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. We are starting with Bade Prabhuji. Why is it so dark? Because there is light there. Yeah? आप एक काम करो, यहाँ पे आ जाओ, इधर ला लो चेयर वाला। नहीं, आप चेयर में बैठो, सेट करता हूँ मैं इसको। यहाँ लगा, यहाँ लगा। Yes. Yeah. Yes, you are all set.
Hare Krishna Prabhujis and Matajis. Today I would like to talk about 2 things I've learned and found interesting in Bhagavad Gita class. First is about bad association. So, like, even if you know you're with bad association and think it's okay, I go to Bhagavad Gita classes, I'll just be, I want to become cool with them, nothing will happen to me. So, an example for this is Kaikai and Mantra. Kaikai knew very well Mantra is very, like, not a good association for her, but still she thought it's okay, I'm King Dashrath's wife, nothing will happen. And then she kept on going. But then after that, um, when she went to talk with Dashrath, she also lost her loved Ram, like Bharata. She got angry because in some context she thought that Dashrath told that Ram is not her son, but he actually is. So you can even lose your loved ones if you are in bad association. And the second thing I want to talk about is karma. So, the actions you've done in the past, you will have to regret or get the fruit in the present. But in the future, you can think, and what you do on the present, you can get a better, like, you should go above all these three modes. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Very high standard.
So we should thank Anurag Prabhu. Anurag Prabhu has been encouraging so many, Anurag Prabhu and Mahesh Prabhu, encouraging so many in my own Krishe to come. You bet it. And we want to have many reflections, so try to be a little quick.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I don't know what to say because I was thinking कि क्या बोलना है because I'm not prepared also. I was talking to Prabhuji. What I feel is that जो मैंने यहाँ पे सीखा बेसिकली ये सीखा कि हम लोग भटक गए थे और भक्ति जो लीलानंद प्रभु जी ने हमको बताई तो भटकने से भक्ति तक लाने का जो डिस्टेंस है वो इन्होंने बहुत शॉर्ट कर दिया और जो हम भटक गए थे एक्चुअली शुरू में जब ये अनाउंस हुआ कि यहाँ पे एक ऐसा प्रोग्राम होगा तो मैं तब भटका हुआ था तो मैंने बोला नहीं संडे को मेरा वॉकिंग रुक जाएगा बिकॉज वॉकिंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर मी तो उसके लिए मैं रुद्र जी जो प्रभु जी हमारे हैं उनको मैं थैंक्स करूंगा कि उन्होंने आके मुझे बोला कि आप वो मेरे को रेगुलरली बोलते थे कि आइए मगर मैं समहाउ बोल रहा था यार मेरा बोर छूट जाएगा मेरा वॉकिंग छूट जाएगा मेरा एक्सरसाइज छूट जाएगा बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है अभी ओल्ड एज में मेरे को ये सब करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है फिर एक अचानक मेरे को रियलाइज हुआ कि एक दिन नहीं करूंगा तो क्या फर्क पड़ेगा लेट मी गो एंड सी व्हाट इज दिस तो मैंने यहाँ पे आना शुरू किया और मैं इतना अच्छा लगा मुझे कि नहीं मेरे को लगा कि नहीं आई शुड कंटिन्यू विद दिस एंड मैंने कोशिश करी और लोगों को भी लाने की यहाँ पे तो उसमें से कुछ लोग आए मैं पूरा दूसरी सोसाइटी में पहले रहता था कि वहां से भी आते हैं यहाँ पे अपना राम प्रसाद जी आते हैं बहुत सारे लोग वहां से भी आए मगर कुछ लोग कुछ टाइम के लिए आए उसके बाद शायद प्रभु जी की कृपा नहीं हुई उनके ऊपर दे डिसकंटिन्यूड बट प्रभु हमारे पास शायद बहुत कृपा रही जो हम लोग जो है कंटिन्यूअसली आते रहे बहुत सारे एक ऐसा टाइम था बहुत सारे लोग थे हम लोग बट धीरे धीरे कम होते चले गए मगर मैं ये समझता हूँ कि जब प्रभु जी की कृपा होती है तब हमारे विचार भी इसी तरह से चेंज हो जाते हैं और मैंने अपने में भी बहुत चेंज नजर आया मेरे को ऐसा लगा कि मेरे में भी बहुत सारा चेंज हुआ बिकॉज बहुत सारी चीजें हालांकि मैं ये नहीं कहूंगा कि मैं बहुत भक्त हो गया बहुत प्योर हो गया इतने टाइम में नहीं ऐसा नहीं हुआ बिल्कुल भी मैं पार्शियली जरूर मेरे में अपने आप में मेरे को चेंज नजर आया मैं यहाँ पे अभी एक्सेप्ट करता हूँ कि मैं हालांकि मैं नॉनवेज नहीं खाता था मगर मैं अंडा खाता था और अभी भी कभी कभी खाता हूँ बट मैंने कुछ रूल्स बनाए कि मैं मंगलवार को नहीं खाऊंगा मैं शनिवार को नहीं खाऊंगा मैं फेस्टिवल्स के टाइम नहीं खाऊंगा तो उससे क्या हुआ मेरी फ्रीक्वेंसी बहुत कम हो गया मुझे लगता है मैं इसमें शायद ऑलमोस्ट 1 साल से मैंने अंडा नहीं खाया मैं मगर मैं ये नहीं कहूंगा मैंने बिल्कुल छोड़ दिया मैं ठीक है मैंने कम कर दिया मैं कभी कभी महीने में 2 महीने में कभी कभी ड्रिंक भी करता था। अभी मेरे ख्याल से मैंने 8-9 महीने से ड्रिंक नहीं किया है। टी कॉफी का मैं बहुत शौकीन था। मैं मार्केटिंग में था, तो हमारे को क्या होता है कि जब मार्केटिंग में जब किसी के पास जाते हैं तो बोलते हैं चाय पियोगे ना, तो हम लोग चाय पीते थे और फिर हम लोग कॉन्वर्सेशन करते थे और काफी टाइम तक हम डिस्कशन भी करते थे। मगर अभी करीब 1 हफ्ते से मैं सिर्फ अब सुबह चाय पीता हूँ, शाम की चाय मैंने बंद कर दी है। तो आई डोंट नो, ये इस सत्संग का बहुत इफेक्ट आ रहा है, डेफिनेटली आ रहा है मेरे पर। मैं ये नहीं कहूंगा मैं 100% चेंज हो गया, बट डेफिनेटली सम इफेक्ट इज कमिंग ऑन मी बिकॉज ऑफ दिस सत्संग। और मैं सत्संग में बीच में आया था, मैं डेफिनेटली अब शुरू से सुनना चाहूंगा और मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि ये जो नया सेशन शुरू होगा उसमें मुझे अलाउ किया जाए कि नेक्स्ट सेशन भी मैं कंटिन्यूअसली पूरा सुनना चाहूंगा, बिकॉज मैं शुरू से नहीं आया था। मैं 6 चैप्टर से आया था यहाँ पे, फर्स्ट 5 चैप्टर्स मैंने मिस किए। हालांकि मैंने कोशिश करी पढ़ने की, बट विदाउट गुरु जो है पढ़ने में मजा नहीं आता है। वो जो ये एक्सप्लेन करते हैं, द वे ही एक्सप्लेन्स इज फैंटास्टिक। आई थिंक मैंने पहले भी हम एक जगह रहते थे, मंजीरा डायमंड टावर, जहाँ से अभी हमारे 2 फ्रेंड्स वहां से भी आए हैं, और पहले और भी लोग वहां से आते थे। वहां पर भी एक गुरुजी थे, वो भी गीता का बताते थे, मगर somehow I respect him also, I have full respect for him also। मगर जिस हिसाब से हमारे लीलनदास जी प्रभु जी बताते हैं, इट इज रियली फैंटास्टिक। बहुत सारे लोगों से हमने कोशिश करी, समझने की कोशिश करी, सब कुछ करने की, बट द वे ही स्पीक्स, द वे ही एक्सप्लेन्स इज जस्ट फैंटास्टिक। प्रभु जी नमस्कार।
आपका आशीर्वाद है।
I think it's really, I think everybody will agree कि जो जिस हिसाब से ये प्रभु जी बताते हैं, it is just fantastic। So I'll not take much of your time. Thank you so much. Thank you very much प्रभु जी। Thank you very much all the devotees। And हम लोग definitely जाएंगे प्रभु जी के पास। The Supreme Lord will go back to him, Lord Krishna के पास हम लोग जरूर जाएंगे। और इसी कामना के साथ हम पूरा का पूरा ग्रुप वहां बना करके वहां पर भी भजन करेंगे। हरि बोल। थैंक यू। थैंक यू।
Hare Krishna, Prabhujis and Mataji's. There are a lot of things that I feel I have learned after coming to these classes. Not something that probably I didn't know before, but coming and listening to those things help you practice those things more often. Like for example, a couple of things that I have tried to make myself remember all the time I have come here are one is be humble. So try to be as humble as you can, like try to be like a grass. Secondly, good and bad times come and go. So earlier I used to get very I feel I was emotionally not that strong earlier. Like for example, anything, if let's say my children are sick, I used to get very scared. Like I used to feel that I don't have energy in my body. I used to feel very weak at that time. But now I keep reminding myself that everything is a phase. Things will come and go. So my daughter had to go to London for her further studies, and I was really scared, like how will I let her go, because it was very difficult for me to let someone go, but these things helped me a lot, and I feel that it's been a year that she has gone there, and I feel we are more connected after she went there, because now she calls us very often. She talks to her with whatever problems if she's facing. She calls her and talks to us. So I feel it's not about, physical distance doesn't make a difference. That has helped me become an emotionally strong person. And third thing that I have learned is that we should not be proud of any materialistic things that we have. Again, as good and bad times come and go, similarly, these things, these materialistic things come and go. Today we have, tomorrow we might not have. So these are three things that I've really learned. But there is one thing that, uh, you know, affected me in not a very positive way. Can I speak about that as well? Okay. So I always had that fear in mind that it's not about that I'm scared of death, but I feel my family is very much dependent on me for everything, whether it's emotional or in anything that I support them, my children, my husband, even my mother, because my father passed away long back. So my mother also, but that I had that fear in my mind that what will happen if something happens to me, then what will happen to them. Uh, Unfortunately, an incident happened in my mother's family, wherein uh, my cousin's wife, she passed away within few minutes, like in January this year, and she was of my age. And I see her two daughters, my bhaiya and her mother-in-law. They have not been able to come out of it till now. It happened in Jan this year. That incident plus hearing talking about death all the time coming here has actually increased that fear in my mind that what will happen to my family if something happens to me. So that is one thing that I think I need to work more on to reduce that fear. I don't know how to do that. So these are a couple of reflections that I
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Mataji.
much.
Hare Krishna. Don't look at each other.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji and Matajis, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to all of you. Well, our journey started 3 years back. We were just, coming back post-COVID time. Prabhuji, I prepared a bit longer, but since you told, I will just quickly try to do this. So 3 years back, we were just coming back from the Vrindavan. Anyway, our journey being as a, born in a spiritual family, our parents, even my in-laws, they all are from the spiritual background and they were doing it. We were seeing it that the trigger was needed. And COVID showed to many people, kind of near ones were living. And when we were coming back, Mahesh Prabhus were taking the class in Vrindavan, in Vihanga. Anyway, it's Vrindavan now after, all the things happening. So that was the trigger. We started the class. And then we went to Green Grace, and the first time I heard Prabhuji's, and all together the transformation started. Transformation literally from the heart, kind of every day something is positively happening there. I started, wife started, children started. It started with, Prabhuji mentioned about something, kind of not good things what we do, kind of drinking and all. I used to be, all we lived in the hostel life and everything. So that was there, those kind of habits. It went like this, kind of one by one, everything going, onion garlic going, tea, coffee going, early morning waking up, doing the Mangal Aarti, everything coming by that. I was thinking like, I'm, we say a diabetic patient, we go to the doctor, he says you need to take a medicine, this tablet every month. Then I'm feeling like that I should be like that diabetic person, that this kind of bhakti, this kind of, healing should happen every minute. That I want to be that diabetic, that this thing, because it is giving every minute the kind of medication that it is curing. Yeah. And there are many learnings, humble, many, individual devotees mentioned. So one of the, kind of thing, this soul, kind of now when we go in the office, when we go, literally that feeling coming down, even within the children's, with the wife, within everywhere, whenever I talk on the phone, literally that kind of feeling started coming, that you're talking to the other soul, no more body. So that is a very big change coming. The Sanskrit, the learning verses will take time, but that that core of the heart it is coming, that I started seeing that. And it's been 3 years hearing Prabhuji's, attending many classes. Now I feel like that how more and more I can get it into that. Yeah. Prabhuji's taught and in the different lectures, Karam Yoga, our, the kind of how to prepare for the death. Literally that feeling is there. Let it come. Any point of time comes, yes, we are ready. And that journey, that every minute, just keep remembering Krishna, that feeling started coming, Prabhuji. Thank you to you, Prabhuji. During the childhood, we learned about this Kabir Doha, Guru Govind Do Kade, Kake Lagu Pai, Balihari Guru Apne Din Govind You Milai. So, Prabhuji, you are the kind of one who has shown that path. You have brought us all to the near to the Govind. So I'm trying to get little emotional here, but that literally that everything is coming every minute. You mentioned that every minute you will be feel like how you use your time. Now when the TV runs, when the the music runs, sound runs, when I'm driving the car, literally there is no other thing. It is just about how you can listen the different all these spiritual talks. Radhesham Prabhuji, your class, anything, whatever. Now YouTube, I really, kind of appreciate this artificial intelligence. The minute you start spending this 10 days, now they know this person needs this. And automatically it keep prompting that you need to listen. The minute you step into the car, Krishna Damodaran start, Radha Damodaran start, everything, always you are there. I have a big list to speak, but I know I want to, just give everyone's time. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. You have shown Govind, you have shown the, clear path.
Please pray for me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. దగ్గర పెట్టు.
Okay. Thank you. First of all, actually, I am only half qualified to speak here because I started my Bhagavad Gita classes from chapter 12. So that's from January 22nd when we had a get together in our clubhouse. Prabhuji gave a lecture and then I was fortunate to listen to that. And that time only I came to know that there are Bhagavad Gita classes happening. Yeah, that time only I came to know that Bhagavad Gita classes are happening on every Sunday. Then I cursed myself. How come I am not aware of this? So then I started, I regularly attended these classes. And these classes attending are so interesting. First of all, first 1 or 2 weeks I took for adjusting to Prabhuji's frequency and what he is explaining. When I saw what he is explaining and go back home and what he told, yes, that is a sense that he is explaining to us, which I needed for long, but I never got from anywhere else till. So I got really attracted to Prabhuji's way of teaching and then singing. I didn't know, but what after 4 or 5 weeks I was walking with Mehrotaraji, what came to my mind is Parato Narsimo, Mehato Narsimo. Those words come to my mind when I think of these things. So what is sings? That singing has gone without my knowledge to my mind, and those things reverberate in the mind, and that wakes me up early morning on Sunday. Normally, I told you once, it's only Sunday morning that I get up early. There's a change automatically which came. Other days I get up late and then go to the office also late. It's fine. So that's a change which automatically came to me. I read so many things that has to say that what changed in me, that is my pilgrimages have increased. I went to Vrindavan and Madura, visited ISKCON temple there and did those 108 Hare Ram Hare Krishna in those numbers there. They make you walk on that. There are 108 things. So I felt like very nice about it. That happened in the second month of that joining here. Then I happened to go to Mahakal, Ujjain Mahakal, Swamika Darshan. That is on the Rath Saptami day, Radhayatra day. They decorated Lord Shiva and Krishna's way on that day. I felt very nice about it. And bus Maruti and everything. And afterwards it happened again. I had to go to Tirupati for something and Lord Darshan. And very close place. And then again, last week I went to Srikalahasti and then Lord Shiva's Darshan. That was my birthday, 65th birthday on 23rd October, and I was there with Lord Shiva. These things increase. This much of frequency of pilgrimages never happened in my life earlier. So that's one thing I didn't know. It's just a recollection of this. And about the personal habits, of course they change. You reduce a bit of anger and you think that You are not the whole soul. Even if you are not there next day, there is somebody else to run the world, and then you are not so important. All things that you used to do will be done, will happen to the people. You don't have to fear about it. And about your problems, you may have any problems, but there is somebody else to take care of you. Lord Krishna will take care. He has been taking care. We didn't know. That's sad about it. He has been taking care, and let's be grateful to him. He has been taking care. Now we should be aware that he has been taking care, and then go unto him. All Prabhuji has done is told us the way how to go to him quickly, and that's very nice. What he said is, you have to take a tablet every day, chant every day, bring Krishna into everything that you do in the house. You bring Krishna into the center of the house, and that will keep you in touch with God, and you have shortened way of going to the God. This is easier said, but it's very difficult to do. I started doing it. I think I will see a shorter path to go to Lord Krishna, and I think.
Wonderful word. Hare Krishna. Yeah, please. Go ahead. Next to you, now only to say. Bhagavad Gita, go next.
Hare Krishna.
Keep the mic close.
Sorry, Prabhuji, I came late today. The thing is, I think I keep coming late a little bit, but somehow I can't resist not coming. Somehow I keep coming back again and again. And there's something inside me that just wants to be here with you all, where you all just want to know more, be better people. You don't have any other intention except connecting with God and listening to good words. And that is why somehow I think I always keep coming back to this association. So my journey, I think it started with having serious allergic rhinitis, and I used to fall, suppose like if I sit under like some dust or something comes into my nose, like, if I fall sick and then I'm not able to function at all. So I started going to all these yoga institutes to correct my breathing and all that. And finally, when I was 19, I went to this yoga institute where they were not just teaching yoga, but along with that, they were also teaching about God, about Bhagavad Gita, and they used to have these spiritual lessons. They used to say that yoga is not just about doing these bunch of poses and exercise. It is about connecting the Jivatma to the Paramatma. Jivatma is the individual consciousness. Paramatma is the universal consciousness. And in one of the lessons, the Guru said that think of a god, any god that you want to become like. You want to become like them, the qualities of that particular god. And for me, the instant god that came to my mind is Krishna, because he is just so joyful, and even in the toughest of situations, he never gets affected. He's always so in control of the situation. He's playful and he's life. So I thought of Krishna, and he said that whoever you want to become like, keep thinking of that name whenever you have a chance. So I used to think of Krishna in my mind. Like, for example, I'm going in the metro, or I'm on the way to work, or whatever it is, or I'm doing work and I'm a bit distracted, or whatever. I'm always thinking Krishna. And for some reason, after like 2 years or something, we moved to my home, Krishe. And met the association of Lilananda and Lilananda. I feel somehow that frequency has led me to this class. And ever since I started attending Prabhuji's Science of Self-Realization classes and next Bhagavad Gita, week after week, because in one session I feel like I know everything, but then no, the next session reveals something else, something new. And it kept going like that. Week after week, sometimes I missed it because, because of youthful ignorance or whatever you might call it. I used to wake up late and stuff. But somehow I always kept coming back, and the thing is, week after week, him telling that God's name itself will bring God to you. God is there in God's name. And I kept chanting more and more and more. And I think this January, when my grandmother died, and in very extremely unpleasant situations, there was nothing to take comfort in. She died alone. She in a lot of blood, very unpleasant situation, and there is literally nothing for me to take comfort in. And when I went there, everyone around was like, she is not exactly a spiritual person, but that last year of her life, she kept going to the temple a lot, praying every single day, and still she died. So people were like, oh, but so don't believe in that God, like he couldn't take care of her and all that. But then in that moment, in that absolute pain, I kept chanting Krisha's name. And for a moment I was able to transcend that pain, and I felt him. In chanting his name, I actually felt his presence. I didn't I was able to move above that pain for a moment and see the divine truth that is, this is not the end. She is going to take another form, or she's going to go back to God. So I kept praying that God, please take her with you. Or if she is born again, make her be born in a family that is so good, so spiritual, is always thinking, praying to you. That's what I kept praying. And somehow seeing me pray helped my family to, to come out of that moment for a minute. And we still deal with the ramifications of that result, but uh, chanting God's name and thinking about Him and the divine message that we we move from one form to another, just like we came from childhood to adulthood, adulthood to old age, and then death. And this message, if Prabhuji was not saying that week after week after week, maybe it would not have hit me as as it did. Maybe I would not have. I would have seen that that is the end, and it just she's gone forever. But that's the truth was because of Prabhuji, and also the fact that she spent her whole life serving this village, these people, and they are not at all helping any of us deal with the funeral or anything. Then I realized, what is the point of associating with all these people when even at your death they're not going to be of any use in any way. And that's when being in this satsang brought me the comfort that there is this bunch of people at Prabhuji who only want wish well for you, for each of us. And that brought some amount of comfort to me. So I'm very grateful to all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Prabhuji, for a
profound realization.
Yeah.
Let's pray for our grandmother with 3 loud Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
To deliver your grandmother.
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
When I see such young next generation coming in attending classes like this, hope are there. Good things are happening. Good things are happening. Thank you for inspiring us.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Matajis, all glories to Sri Prabhupada and Gurudev. First of all, thank you, Prabhuji, for giving us the opportunity for conducting these satsang, and they are very helpful. So, from where should I start? I should start with the SSR session. I don't know, luckily, I got an opportunity to be the part of that session, and it really helped me. And how, it really helped to build a person, it changed totally consciousness. I don't know, I was not that spiritual. Normally we were all we used to believe in devatas and all that. Yeah, that is there. But after attending those sessions, I was able to understand like what is the difference between like who is the God and what is the difference between devatas, because people used to ask so many questions. We have so many gods. So I have to choose one favorite god. So Ganeshji was my favorite god. There was not such reason, but yeah, he was there. But later I understood. Yeah, so that was helpful. And what are my realization, like what I learned from Bhagavad Gita? I couldn't say like couple of things at three. There are so many things, so I can't end it. So like we are body, we are not body, but we are soul. That is so important because I was like very bodily conscious person. I want to look good or perfect, but now I don't think like that really matters. Because I think people who loves you, they don't see your body but your heart. So that is the one change which I learned. So now I'm not that conscious about my body, about my looks, but yeah. So that was one of the point. And other like I'm very determined now. Like I don't care like what people thinks, how you are changing and all that, because as Prabhuji also always mentions, like we don't have time. Once like we are not sure like today we'll go home, we will be alive or not. So that is one of the reason to change. And I believe like at the time of death, nobody will be there to help you. Like there will be Yamadutas or the Vishnu Dutas. So they will be questioning you, not your father, mother, like your wife or the children. They will not help you. Then what are you waiting for? So it is like be like थोड़ा सा अपने बारे में सोचो कि you have to do it. Because there will be people who will tell you like don't do it, chalo aaj ye kar lete, wo kar lete, but no, first think about yourself, then think about the family or anything. So that is one thing. And yeah, so these are the things. I think we don't have so much time, but yeah, there is discussion के लिए बहुत कुछ है. But yeah, thank you so much everyone, आप लोग सबका, because I think everyone has been encouraging, like the experienced peoples out there, like the small people when they speak. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Very good.
I'll give a brief.
Please, please. Yeah, yeah. You can be comfortable.
Hare Krishna. We feel blessed to be introduced to teachings, explanations of Gita by Prabhuji. Maybe would not have been so absorbed by another teacher whose explanations using day-to-day events in our daily life put the events in the right perspective. The interactive sessions made the involvement more interesting. Without such explanations, we would have just maybe read the Gita, but not understood what little we are understanding today. Taking part in the Rath Yatra, which was the first for me, was itself a life experience. The prasadam served after each session was a treat every time.
I was waiting. Nobody's coming.
We joined at the fag end of the session because of our good friend Anurag, to whom we are thankful, and plan to rejoin the new session when it starts in January. I confess that I will have to do much more to be immersed in the ocean of Krishna consciousness. I have just started pouring water from the bucket to reduce the drainage. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you. Very nice. Mahesh Prabhu, why Ramadeva? Mahesh Prabhu and Anurag Prabhu are the sutradhars of this satsang.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. ऐसा है कि बचपन से मैं ऐसे समस्याओं से निकला. मुझको भगवान का प्रेजेंस बहुत जगह दिलाई. अगर वो नहीं होता तो हम आज यहाँ नहीं. क्योंकि 9th क्लास में मेरे फादर की डेथ. हम लोग 7 भाई और 4 बहनें थे. कैसे सबने एडजस्ट करके सबने छोड़ के कोई ट्यूशन कर रहा है, कुछ कर रहा है, हम लोग करते रहते थे। मैं 9th क्लास में पढ़ा था और मैं ऐसा नालायक बच्चा था कि मतलब जितना नालायक हो सकता था उतना था, है ना। और उसके बाद रियलाइज हुआ कि कुछ नहीं है, कुछ पढ़ लो कर लो। और तब से वो एक जो इंस्टिंक्ट आया, वो कहाँ से आया? कुछ कर लो। तुम उस खानदान के नहीं हो कि ठेला चलाओगे, है ना, रिक्शा चलाओगे, कारीगर बनोगे, वो नहीं है। वो चीज किसने भेजी? घर वाले ने, किसी ने बताई। जब फादर का कार्यक्रम हो रहा था तब बहुत लोग आए, तो मुझको लगा यार कुछ करना चाहिए, तो पढ़ना शुरू किया उस समय से। और फिर मेरे को मेरे भाई के पास भेज दिया गया। वो चलो बेटा तुम एक जाओ, एक भाई नौकरी करते थे, तुम उधर चले जाओ वहाँ पढ़ना। वहाँ हाई स्कूल के पास डिप्लोमा होता था, पढ़ लो, कमा लेगा। 3 साल के बाद कमाना, सबको कमाना शुरू करना। वहाँ गए तो हम बरेली में रुपये में रहते थे, वो मध्य प्रदेश में राइट। कैसे ट्रेन में बैठा दिया गया और कैसे चले गए मालूम नहीं। उस समय चले गए तो फिर रिजल्ट आया तो देखा, भाई ने भी देखा, ठीक है क्या चाहते हो? मन का नहीं, मैं जाना चाहता हूँ। उस समय मैं 13 साल का था, अकेला। तो एक ओवरसियर मेरे को बिलासपुर में बैठा दिया, तो वहाँ टिकट हो गया। उसके बाद हम इलाहाबाद उतरे। एक सज्जन, मैंने कहा भैया बरेली कौन सी गाड़ी जाती है? एक सज्जन मेरे को ले जाने लगे, चलिए चलो चलो, जो जहाँ रिपेयर होती हैं, वॉशिंग होती हैं बस ट्रेन्स, वहाँ ले जाने लगे। अरे मेरे को आया, कहाँ ले जाना मेरे को? लौट के भाग आया पीछे आके, जो फिर पूछा, और एक ट्रेन थी जा रही थी जो बरेली, उसमें ऊपर में जाके बरेली पहुंची। पहले फोन होते नहीं थे, माता जी भैया तो आ गया, कोई बात नहीं, आ गया। इतना देखिए भले होता था, ये नहीं कुछ, आ गया पढ़े। पहले हाई स्कूल डिप्लोमा होता था, मैं 12th वहीं किया, और 12th में मेरे अच्छे मार्क्स आए, लेकिन पैसा नहीं कहीं इंजीनियरिंग का। अब क्या करोगे? तो कभी आज यहाँ है डिप्लोमा ना, तुम यहाँ कर लो, उस समय की बात, यहाँ कर लो। वहाँ करने लगा तो कम से कम मैं 8 किलोमीटर साइकिल से जाता था, 8 किलोमीटर आता था, और आने के बाद 12th की ट्यूशन पढ़ता था। चलो अब कुछ नहीं मालूम, इंजीनियरिंग कुछ नहीं मालूम। फाइनल ईयर में एक कोई बीएससी किया हुआ लड़का आया, वो डिप्लोमा कर रहा था। बोला क्यों कर रहा है तुम बीएससी? बोला मैं AMI कर रहा हूँ, मतलब प्राइवेटली इंजीनियरिंग कर। बताइए, वहाँ हमारे घर वालों किसी को नहीं मालूम, उसका कॉन्टेक्ट है, और वहाँ से इंजीनियरिंग प्राइवेट शुरू किया। जस्ट डिप्लोमा के बाद फिर मैं इंजीनियरिंग का प्राइवेट देना शुरू किया। अब ये दिमाग में देख क्या है, बेटा नौकरी मत करना, नौकरी करोगे तो इंजीनियरिंग नहीं कर पाओगे। कोई नहीं बता रहा है, कौन बता रहा है? ये नहीं कर पाओगे, ऐसी जगह करो जहाँ पढ़ाई भी हो जाए और ये भी हो जाए। तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की ट्रेनिंग होती थी 150, जबकि उस समय 250 मिल रहे थे। मैं प्रेफर किया 150। किसको बताया अभी नहीं। वहाँ जाके मैं ट्रेनिंग भी करता था, लोग हेल्प भी करते थे, बुक्स ले जाता था, पढ़ता था, ट्रेनिंग थी। वहाँ पर मैं डिप्लोमा करते करते सेक्शन ए मेरा हो गया, 8 पेपर होते थे, दूसरे में 9 पेपर होते थे। अब देखिए भगवान की कृपा होता तो मेरे को कानपुर भेज दिया कि वहाँ 250 रुपए की। मैंने कहा नौकरी नहीं करूँगा, अप्रेंटिस सुपरवाइजर 250 रुपये मिलते थे। वहाँ पर भी क्या हुआ, एग्जाम देते थे, करते थे, कोई ट्यूशन नहीं। एक सज्जन के यहाँ गया, किसी ने कहा मैं ये बता रहा हूँ बच्चों के लिए, ऐसा होता है लाइफ में।
तो HBTI के किसी ने, तुम वहाँ जाते हैं टीचर, प्रोफेसर, उनसे पूछ लिया कर। एक दिन मैं उनके यहाँ गया, उन्होंने क्या किया कि वो चाय पीते हैं, ये करते करते 2-2.5 घंटे लगा दिए। मैंने कहा था किसी क्या नहीं जाए। उन्होंने IIT कानपुर का लाइब्रेरी की किस तरह से मेंबरशिप मिली, और मैं जाता था फिर IIT अपना जाके पढ़ता था, और एक मैंने निकाला कि 10 साल के पेपर ले लिए, उनको पूरा करना है, और उसमें जो नहीं समझ में आ रहा है IIT जाके बुक्स खोल के देखना। अब कुछ सब्जेक्ट ऐसे होते थे, अब तो अपने ही कर रहे हैं ना, सेल्फ, किसी से कोई डिस्कशन नहीं। एक इंजीनियरिंग ड्राइंग, इंडस्ट्रियल इंजीनियरिंग बड़े टफ सब्जेक्ट होते थे, इसमें लोग 6 साल लग जाते थे, पास नहीं होते, जनरल क्वेश्चन आंसर आता था, और सब लोग नौकरी करने वाले होते थे। मैं क्योंकि टेक्नोलॉजी, वर्कशॉप टेक्नोलॉजी में वर्कशॉप में काम किया था, मेरा बड़ा स्ट्रॉन्ग पेपर था। और देखिए ऊपर वाले की कृपा, जो कहते हैं ना खराब समय आ रहा है, ये आ रहा है, वो आ रहा है, मैं एग्जाम देने गया, वर्कशॉप टेक्नोलॉजी का मास्टर गया एग्जाम देने, और पेपर देखा, मेरे कुछ नहीं आता। अभी आप देखिए मेरे कुछ नहीं आता है, और भगवान ने कहा कि कुछ नहीं आता है, मैं आधा घंटा बैठूंगा, कल यार डिजाइन ड्राइंग का पेपर है ना, उसमें 2 घंटा ज्यादा पढ़ लूंगा, क्या दिमाग में आ रहा है। मैं आधा घंटा पेपर छोड़ के चल रहा, पेपर लेके आया, वहां कुछ नहीं लिखा कॉपी में, नाम के अलावा, और आके देखता हूँ यार ये सब आता है मेरे, ये कहाँ से आया, सब आता है, और तुम छोड़ के चले आए। फिर मैं नहीं माने कि इसके ऊपर वाले की कृपा होगी, अब मैं कोई भी पेपर कुछ भी नहीं आएगा, 3 घंटे तक लिखता रहूंगा, ये मैंने डिसाइड किया। ये फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट था, 9 पेपर होते हैं, इसमें मेरे पहले अटेम्प्ट में 4 पेपर निकल गए, लेकिन वर्कशॉप टेक्नोलॉजी रह गया, और मैंने टर्न कर लिया, और सेकंड टाइम में डिजाइन ड्राइंग और ये सब पेपर थे, मैंने कहा सबको लिखूंगा, छोड़ूंगा नहीं। 5 पेपर में पता नहीं क्या लिखा, नहीं भी आ रहा है, जो आंसर लिखते रहो। एक पेपर उसमें थोड़ा कमजोर हुआ, तो मेरे प्रेजेंटर बोले एक बार और बैठ लेना। मैंने कहा कुछ नहीं बेटे, सब निकल गया, और वास्तव में सब निकल गया। ये कहाँ से? उसने ये कहा कि तुम्हारा इतना पेपर है, तुम सब आता है, अगर ये मैं नहीं बोलूंगा तो तुम करोगे नहीं बेटा। इंडस्ट्रियल इंजीनियरिंग का इतना टफ पेपर है, जो तुम्हारे दिमाग में आता है लिखते जाओ लिखते जाओ। बस पहले से शुरू करता था और लिखता जाता था, क्योंकि मेरे को 3 घंटे लिखना। तो ये ईश्वर होता है, कोई ना कोई पावर होता है। और मेरे लाइफ में से बहुत सी इंस्टेंसेस हैं, और बहुत लोग मेरे को गाइड भी किए, लेकिन एक मैं भाग्यशाली हूँ कि अपने जीवन के अंतिम पीरियड में ऐसे गुरु मिले। इसका बहुत इफेक्ट है, बहुत इफेक्ट होता है, और शायद किसी भी समय मिल जाए। पैसे तो मैं करता ही था, लेकिन आपकी जो तरीका है बताने का, एक्सप्लेन करने का तरीका है, एक आपका अपना डिवोशन, ये बहुत बड़ी बात है। तो बहुत सीखने को मिलता है, और ईश्वर तो है ही, लेकिन ऐसे गुरु भी मिलना जरूरी है।
Hare Krishna Prabhuji's and Mataji's Dandavat Pranam. So first I encountered this class in Gita Jayanti. So I had come to read the Bhagavad Gita, and it was the first time experience that I read Bhagavad Gita at all once, and like I had a very great feeling. So I've come from a missionary schools. Okay, I had to go ahead and read Bible every Wednesday. Okay, so I was always thinking like, why we don't have easy scriptures to go ahead and read. Being a Hindu, we don't have any other scriptures. No one teaches us, but why we go ahead and read Bible every Wednesday? So I used to come home and accompany my aunt. Like teach us also know why we. Then we started going Bal Vikas in our Darjeeling area. So Bal Vikas is very famous. So with my words, auntie started to take me to a Bal Vikas class. So there I gone ahead and I attended 5 years of session there. I had to prepare for examinations and everything, so I did that. So after that, when I came college, everything went down. So I knew something was there, but that trigger was not there. But when I came here and started reading Bhagavad Gita, so that triggered out. So I have to go ahead and attend these classes because my friends was there and always they used to tell me like how like you guys have so many gods, in which god you believe, and I did not had answer to that. Okay, so reading Bhagavad Gita gave me that answer, and we follow so many rituals, like, so I always wanted to understand why do we follow rituals. I had questions. I used to question my mom. So my mom also did not have an answer, so she used to tell me like my grandparents used to follow it, so I was following. So there should be the reason, like why are we following blindly? So with sessions of Prabhuji's classes, like my doubts got cleared why we are following that. And I really like the example of one class Prabhuji gave, why we go ahead and hang mango leaves on the door. So every time my mom used to go ahead and do puja, she plucks mango leaves and she keeps it in a she keeps in a near the door. So I used to tell, why do you keep that? Anyways, you're destroying the tree and you are keeping the tree. So I had that questions. So I was very I used to question in each and everything. So I was like that. So then I realized, and after reading all the chapters, I understood the essence actually. And I used to feel very agitated at workplace. I used to feel agitated at home because I've been outside of the home for last 10 years. So sometimes I want to go back and spend time, right? So I don't get that opportunity at times. So I used to feel agitated. I used to show my anger to my husband, and he was like, he's always calm and everything. So I used to feel agitated by and I used to pour everything on him. I used to pour everything on him. So after these classes, I understood why it's actually happening, why these three modes is there, and how should we overcome to go to a sattvic mode. So I'm in the process now, Prabhuji. Thank you for guiding us. And your classes is really helpful in every step we do because I feel I really left bad association and my habits have changed. And without your classes, Prabhuji, it would not have been. Thank you, Prabhuji.
After what Mataji, all husbands are now.
No comments.
Hare Krishna. Now I am 81 years. It is the opportunity given by the Krishna through Anurag and Ramprasad. Every day I attend here. Otherwise, I didn't expect I will be attending this type of satsangs at any time. To be frank, the last session, just I wanted to mention two things only. I cannot speak much also. The chapter, last week we have completed this first Gita, and which enlightened everyone, particularly me, that how much we have wasted in our life without becoming a Lord Krishna consciousness throughout the life. That is the thing. And another thing which I liked is that I wanted to put it one word. It is I do not remember the name. It is rightly said by one Prabhuji that the essence of Gita, as the God who narrated the knowledge of Gita, says he does not have full knowledge. So approach a guru who knows the truth. Now I am sure we are all blessed by Lord Sri Krishna through our Guru Prabhuji, Lilananda, who preached as Gita chapter wise with meanings. Hare Krishna Bolo. Hare Krishna. No, I say it will not be completed unless Prabhuji, Jai Prabhuji. I do not want because I am getting shivering.
So, about my journey, first of all, it was just supposed to be an experience or to try something out that I landed here. More to please my wife than anybody else. I thought I should come. And like all your accomplishments or whatever you have gone through in life, it teaches you that you mostly have perspective and you know it all. You can deal with all problems. But last year or two have been a little overwhelming for me personally, and I've had a few challenges that have been a little difficult to overcome. So as to say, so I thought, why not give spirituality a try? I've been a very spiritual person, but in my own way, knowing it all, as Prabhuji says, that you have a perspective of everything without knowing the facts. Every session that I've gone through, I've learned something new. Like take the case of meditation. I always thought that meditation is just going to sleep and it doesn't probably give you anything. But now knowing it and hearing it from Prabhuji have put in your perspective to certain things. Uh, Karam kal phal ki chinta mat kar again had a different meaning from what Prabhuji has told me. So every session that I have gone through, probably we have been hearing these same terms in all our lives without knowing, as they say, as a ritualistic sessions. But now knowing some of the rationale or reason behind it, it's more you're going to be following some of this spiritually. That is putting the spirit and behind these some of these rituals. That is what is the most important thing. And I've not been a very religious person, as to say, but definitely, and I've just started this journey for everybody say only in the last 2 3 months I've been coming here, but I can definitely see that I'm going to be following this when the new session starts from January and take it up on a regular basis. I always thought that it is something that you can read through the books and understand, but now at least that perception has gone away for sure. It requires a teacher, it requires a good satsang, it requires everybody's experiences, which makes a difference to your own perspective. The problem is that in this world we have been living and we've been trained, or the body has been trained over the years to think in a certain way, and that change cannot be just overcome by reading a book. It has to be a constant endeavor. I would think that why would you want to constantly spend an happen that way? You have to unlearn all the, otherwise it's just going to be academic exercise which you will not be able to incorporate into your daily life. So it's a change. I'm not there yet, but I can say that my journey has started. Thanks for
I have a small proposal. Everybody sit where you are. They bring the prasadam plate and give you. While you're eating, you can hear. Is it okay? Yeah, 15 minutes. Okay. Because I think there are a few more. Is it? Do you think we'll finish 20 minutes? Yeah. Okay. Let's go. But quickly, next one. Yeah. Whoever has already spoken, we give the person. They can start. They can be the one. We can vote. No. If you go, then the whole thing. Is it where you are? They'll bring the person. Yeah, you can. Good.
Hare Krishna, I'm feeling short of words. I feel
Sorry.
My husband already said the background how we get into Krishna consciousness by the grace of Mahesh Prabhuji. But I remember first time when I heard you was Krishna Janmashtami in Krishe. I came there, I heard you, and I want to talk to you to start some classes for kids, because we think at the middle age we should give something to our kids. We are almost of that age that we are done with our life. Now it's our kids, we should give them a culture. And Prabhuji said Mataji, you start coming to the classes, your kids will automatically follow. I remember those words of yours. And that class of yours was like, my internally something felt that I got something. What is that? I didn't know. But we say we are the fraction of such Chit Anand. So that Anand I got. Means I feel like my soul got that Anand, and that's why Lilanand Prabhu, through Lilanand Prabhu I got that. Then I got why Lilanand. Why your guru might have given you the name Lilanand. Because when you tell the glories of Krishna, everyone get the Anand. That and yes, coming to these classes helped me a lot. I can never think of me as a person who will get up early at 5 a.m. to do the chanting. I'm doing that, Prabhuji. I'm trying to do that. I'm still struggling. And gross anarthas, yes, we are able to work on that together as a family. It's no more there in our life, but certain anartha, we are still trying. We are still trying. We are in the process. But yes, and I see the things little differently. Earlier, I used to get agitated and anxiety was there whenever there is some issues in the life. But now I see that the issues in the life are janam mrityu jara vyadi. This is nothing, so I should not be worried about these things. So I cannot say I'm a very calm person, not at all. But yes, I'm trying to be. So, but yeah, so there is a lot, Prabhuji. So if I start telling, I think we'll fall short of the words. But keep giving us your blessing and your association so that we can learn and we can reach wherever you will take us. We can reach to it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Hare Krishna Mataji and Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I like to go with case studies. I mean, how I apply Bhagavad Gita in my life. First, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that we are the body, not the soul. So, how this knowledge really, this is one sloka. Krishna says that we are the body and we are not the soul. So this is what I always relate to myself. So case study one is here. If you have seen, there is a slight cut. So I had a size of a lemon lump here when I was in Singapore. So I mean, I don't know whether it was cystic lump or non-cystic lump. Lump normally creates some kind of a psychological thing that it may be cancerous. When I was looking at the mirror, I was having this lemon size lump. You can understand here. When I was looking at the mirror, then there will be psychological stress looking at, okay, I have this, and I was married, I had a kid, and what to do, what not to do. These various emotions go to the body. So during that time, I was in association of devotees, continuously doing the chanting, reading, hearing Prabhupada lectures or music. So first thing is we are the, continuously though, I did not do for the treatment, but this continuous remembrance of this loka, we are not the body, we are the soul. So though I had this lump, although I was looking at the mirror, I was iterating to myself, we are the soul. So don't focus on the body. Luckily, I went for the treatment, and this lump was removed, and by Krishna's grace, that was non-existent. So that's case study one. Case study two is basically, if you look here, there is a slight scar. My daughter during her school days, Nana, this is vertical line, vertical line, slanting line. So the point here I am about to make is, had a fracture. Then there is an implant also here. So the second thing is, I'm not the body, I'm the soul. So the second thing which I want to mention is, I had the fracture, then I had the pain, but the suffering was removed. How it happened is like this. I was going on a bike. Then it so happened that there was a college guy that hit me, and there are certain set of events happened. I ran the vehicle to a wall, and then I had a fracture. I had the pain and I had the suffering also, but Krishna removed the suffering. So how it has happened? I mean, there is a sloka in Bhagavad Gita where Krishna says that he's traveling with everyone. Point is, I was there on the road. I could be left on the road, but luckily there is one FedEx. There is a courier guy who came, who took me to nearby our this Continental Hospital. He did all the services until I could be taken care by the doctors. He called my wife. He was there with me until my wife may not be directly coming to us, but he sends someone to help us. So first study was again this one reiterates that I am not the body, I am the soul. The third aspect, and this is really third case study. In 20, this is 24, right? 22. Yeah, I think 21, 22. I got diagnosed with diabetes. And the striking thing is the sugar level was substantially high. It went to 12. HbA1c, those who are diabetic, they know that HbA1c, what it means by 12. So, karmani vadikarasya maphaleshu kadachana. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that focus on work, not on the result. So the point which I'm here able to make is I had a HbA1c of around 12. So because of that one, right, your motor skills, when you are walking, your motor skills affects. I mean, you suddenly have a tilt. Then after that, you have a strong heart palpitation. And apart from that one, when you walk, suddenly you have this foot suddenly starts falling like this. I was not unable to understand this, but luckily Krishna's mercy, I went to an endocrinologist. And just karmani vadikarasya maphaleshu kadachana. I took care of my diet, then I took exercise, and from HbA1c 12, those people who are diabetic, you know, from that I brought it to normal. So the point here again, how I applied Bhagavad Gita is karmani vadikarasya maphaleshu kadachana. Do your duty, do not expect on the result. First, second thing is, okay, I'm not the body again. I mean, when during that time, right, I lost around 10 kgs of weight. So when I was looking at the mirror, it constantly had a negative impact. That I was shrinking. So again, focus and reiterating that I am not the body, I am the soul. So such that our consciousness elevates. So after that, again, how I applied Bhagavad Gita, how this knowledge helped me is the third chapter, around 337 to around 40 it states that lust, anger, intelligence, and our this knowledge comes down. That's, I mean, I'm summarizing those things. Basically, when lust is not properly checked, it actually leads to anger, and anger is not properly controlled, our intelligence deteriorates, and intelligence deteriorates, then entire consciousness deteriorates. So basically, in terms of this one, I was mentioning that I had a fracture here. So normally, I try to implement this particular verse whenever there is anger. Sometimes it so happens that we may overcome. We may not put check of our anger. So it so happened that I could not control my anger, and I was ramming, and I was wanted to chase that police guy who was going with my bike, and that was foolishness because my anger I could not put it check, and because of that one, my intelligence telling me, that yeah, you cannot chase the police guy, you should stop. There is a voice I was hearing from inside that you cannot chase the police guy, you should stop. Anger properly not checked, intelligence was telling, and our free will, my free will was not listening to what my intelligence was telling during that time. And this particular thing of chapter 13, where Krishna says that Prakriti, Purusha, Kshetra, Kshetragya, this knowledge really comes into play. And even I was telling an example of my diabetic journey of high, I recovered from HbA1c 12 to 5.7. I mean, now it is pre-diabetic in that. I mean, it's almost in the healthy range, nearby to the healthy range. So 14 chapter, 16, 17, 18, Krishna says in terms of mode of goodness, passion and ignorance. So here the thing which I want to mention is mode of goodness people, he emphasizes on doing austerity, everything. So in terms of taking the healthy choices of how we are supposed to do and how to check our senses, our sense gratification part. And here in terms of austerity part, I want to mention here that this particular image which we are seeing here, so this I contemplate regularly. If you can see this particular charioteer, then the horses, and the same thing when I look upon here, when you look upon this is Krishna. I mean, here you see Arjuna, but everyone here is in Arjuna's state. Maybe our positions may vary. We may be man, women, kid, etc. But everyone here is in Arjuna in themselves. And Krishna is the guiding our beacon light, which is telling and how to overcome that and how to move forward. So, in terms of the austerity part from chapter 16, 17, and 18, that actually helped me. So this knowledge, this is how it helped me. And these are few examples, I can tell many. So, Hare Krishna. And despite and this one thing is, once you come to this process and start doing chanting everything, my personal experience is the positive sign or negative sign, I don't know, but the problems in life will increase. And I got scolding from my parents, what you do chanting Hare Krishna and you are going through all these things, what's the point of doing this thing? I said that earlier, I can't explain that to them, but I can't give up this process because I derive some benefit of this one, and I'm trying to share the benefit with others. So this is what my realization of Bhagavad Gita is. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, everybody can keep your plates and meditate for some time. Try to finish it. Thank you everyone for sharing. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Mataji, and due to some personal life, I lost hope. So I went to Shivalayam, Gauri. There I sat for some time, and from ISKCON, Chakrapani Prabhu came there, and I met him. And regarding this, I asked him regarding any meditation. He suggested me to go to my home Krishe. There are Bhagavad Gita classes on every Sunday morning. And after some days, I neglected. And one day I called him, and he said that we are containing some spiritual camp for 3 days this year, Mahashivratri. And I went there. I spent there 3 days, and after that I started coming to Maham Krishe. Thanks to Chakrapani Prabhu to give me guru like you, Lilananda. And thank you. And almost I am. There is a lot to learn in Bhagavad Gita because I was not from starting here. And unfortunately, I am shifting to Secunderabad next month of May. And I miss you all. And actually, whenever I coming to every Sunday, I felt like I'm with my family.
Very well. Thank you. I wish you all the best in Secunderabad. We'll connect you there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. There's a lot of things, and even though the journey is very short, like for a couple of months only, but the realizations are many. But there's one thing that's very important, which is what I want to share here. Like he said, right, that there are things happen in life that we lose hope. So there's this movie PK, we have all watched it. And this guy, Pandit, so one thing I really like what he said is that because people lose hope, that's why you need God. I'm not saying the rest of the things, but that's very, very, very important thing. So in 2017, when I lost my mom, I didn't think that. So it was very difficult time. That was okay. That was still okay. The worst thing happened when I felt that my mother-in-law also doesn't love me. That broke everything inside. I felt like, as you said, an orphan. So that day when you said, "मैं भगवान का कुत्ता हूँ," I want to become. That's my goal in life.
brought you to the right place. Thank you. Can you pray for your mother? Let's go, please. Don't give mother pressure. Yeah, it's ready, it's ready.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. With the mercy of the Lord, we got this opportunity to be associated with this group. First, I'd like to tell how did I got associated with this group. We were staying in Kondapur, and occasionally I used to go to ISKCON a bit. And that is also because one of my close friend, he goes to ISKCON a bit as part of regular satsang programs. So he always asked me to come to the satsang classes and all. So I attended few of them, but not regularly. I keep saying that I stay far off. It takes 3 hours for me to go there, and then it takes 2 hours to come back. And for me to come from that long, especially being into corporate, working in the odd hours, only Saturday, Sunday are the time where we get it for us and all. Then he introduced me to Lilananda. He told only one thing. Now that you are in Kondapur, my home Krishe is not far off. And I'll tag you to a person who is powerhouse of Western ISKCON. I'm like, oh. So then he also told me saying that if it is towards the western side of Hyderabad, you can take your family along with you as well, because you are only the person who is coming, and then taking your family is the right thing, is what he told me. Then I started very first classes by attending myself. I got this opportunity on very second chapter. I think I did not miss a lot, but I'll still continue the next sessions to cover up the ones which I have not missed to attend the sessions. But I started associating with this group in February 2023, something like that. And very first session, there are a lot of things which have changed in my personal life when I attended these sessions. I'll only pick a couple of the things to call out how things have changed. Again, we are not reached. We are in the process of transforming ourselves to reach to the stage what scriptures are saying. Very first session what I've attended, which actually triggered me. As I was mentioning, we were into corporate, being into the odd hours, especially being into accounting, month end, quarter end, year end, longer hours, 18 hours and all. Somehow I keep checking our BP and other things, saying that, probably after this quarter end, done. So I am somehow fascinated to buy a lot of insurance. Like if I am not there, what will happen? So we have corporate insurance. I got 2 term insurances, 2 health insurances. I got many investment plans where I end up taking a lot of insurance, thinking that what will happen to my family if I am not there. But very first session what I attended, Lilananda gave us an example saying that the best ever insurance which was written is the comprehensive insurance plan what is being dictated in our scriptures long back, where Prahlad Maharaj, his father, when he has taken a comprehensive insurance, even then he couldn't be able to be saved. Okay, so he told only one insurance what you have to take is Maro Krishna Rakho Koi, Rakho Krishna Maro Koi. With that word it changed my life. Forget about insurances. So if I have to die, I'll die. Whatever the insurance you take. That is the very first session what I attended. I was like, oh, what I was doing. I was about to take a couple more insurances, then I stopped the entire process. So I was like, okay. So one thing which changed in my life is if I have to take control, then this is not me who is doing it. It is the control what God is doing. So hence that time onwards everything got changed, and my way of thinking, my corporate world also changed. It is like my duty. Okay, whatever I have to do, I will complete it. And whenever I have to go for a little more hours, then I used to say that, oh, this is my duty. That is how I have to manage. Another thing which I would like to say, book reading is one of the things which we hardly get time, as I was mentioning. But with this association, we got very good books actually these days. Every day during the night when my wife puts kids to the bed, she at least takes one chapter. We got many books, Krishna books. So that is something what kids also started liking. These are things which I felt very good. We've changed our life where Saturday, Sundays used to go to any mall or something like that. We hardly used to go to temples, but these days we are doing a lot of yatras. We are visiting temples more frequently, and our way of food habits have also changed. Another concerning point, which I think we also realized a lot after attending this sessions, is the level of adulteration what we had.
So we started taking milk from ISKCON, and we changed the way we are buying vegetables. We used to think, saying that, hey, no, okay, somewhere we're getting cheaper vegetables, I think we have to go and then buy, but that's not the way. We have to identify which is the organic vegetables, organic food, and all. A lot of things have changed. But I only say that we are in the process of transforming ourselves and we are reaching there. And, one thing which I would like to say, reading Bhagavad Gita on our own is also good, but having Guru like Lilananda Prabhu is really good. We could able to understand the deeper meaning of many of the verses. So reading through verse today, in our own friends and communities, wherever we go, when we say that we are attending satsang, they say, "Oh, do you read Bhagavad Gita? Can you recite any verse?" I said, I'm not good at Sanskrit, but I can tell the meaning of it. Is what I can say. So today we are attending the satsang to understand Bhagavad Gita, not to recite the poems, because I know many of the people who recite the poem, but they don't know the meaning of it. But attending these satsangs are helping us in understanding the deeper meaning. We don't have one or two books right now. We got Bhagavatam, we got Chaitanya Charitamrita. We are aspiring to complete all of it.
Very good. Yeah. Somebody will say something.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Mataji and Prabhuji. And I'm very grateful to Krishna that he gave me this opportunity to sit with all of you and listen to Bhagavad Gita. So to start with, I think earlier it was all sentimental, like to just pray for something, and if you get it, you just fall for it. And later on, I think in these classes, I understood the hierarchy of Devatas and who is God. So it was so the way you approach or you pray to God has completely changed after that. And yeah, I think after getting married, I got introduced to these classes. And Prabhuji always says that it's nothing that you carry after death, like luxury or properties, but it's the number of chanting rounds you do that is something gets counted. So yeah, there are a few changes we made, like kind of trying to transform. So we started offering food to Krishna and then taking it and like reading books, Srila Prabhupada books, and like always, these days we offer Damodar also at our home. So there are small changes that we are trying to make in our life, and yeah, very grateful for all your association and grateful to Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you for attending. Very good. Yeah, give it to Mataji. Very good.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji. First of all, I really want to thank Srila Prabhupada for giving all your association. It's every Sunday morning. For me, it was like very much joyful. It's like full back feast for me. Like so much of association and then Krishna Katha and then the Prasadam and everything. So I really want to thank each one of you, like for giving the association. I especially want to thank Lilananda Prabhuji for taking care of us, and he's praying for us, and he used to be like so sincere, so dedicated, so enthusiastic that he never used to like we in college or something, we will keep a leave or something, but he was like very attentive, like and taking class even if he is not well, he used to come and take the class. That made me like his whole family was very inspiring for me. So I really want to thank Lilananda Prabhuji, and I really want to thank Chakrapani Prabhuji for introducing me to Krishna consciousness and giving such a great guru for me and for giving the guidance to me. Yeah, first of all, I want to introduce myself, like how I came to Krishna consciousness. So actually I'm from Bangalore. I came to Hyderabad because of my job in 2022. So that time Chakrapani Prabhuji's friend told me there is a Bhagavad Gita class, are you interested to come? So I said, yeah, I will come, like that. So my first session was, does God exist? Prabhuji was like smashed it, like what is the difference between the human and the animal? I felt I am that animal. I don't do anything. I am that perfect animal. And then at last Prabhuji also said, go and listen to the first session, that is In Search of Happiness. So in that also, like Prabhuji, whatever he talks, I was like so much convinced. Okay, yeah, this is right, this is right. Like why I'm following these things and all. I was like that, and I also had so many questions in my mind, like my family, my problems, and everything. Night I used to think myself, why all these problems, why it is coming to me, like all these things. When Prabhuji was explaining, I'm getting all the answers. Okay, for this question, I'm getting this answer. For this question, I'm getting, like I was fully like, okay, this is my place where I have to stay. Like that, I was convinced. So it was such a great journey that from SSR session till here, if I'm here because of all your prayers and association. So like in Bhagavad Gita, the reflection, if I want to say, the first thing I learned is like as everyone said that we are souls, we are not this body. So like still I am seeing that I'm body only. Still I have not realized that I'm soul. Means I'm still thinking of that and all. So and then like I started thinking in Bhagavad Gita, like Krishna says that the karma that I used to think that whatever we do good, we will come back, and whatever bad we do, so it will come back. So I was like, okay, we should do good only like that. But I was not knowing akarma. Like whatever we do, we won't get reaction for it. So we have to keep Krishna in center. Like whatever we do, we should do with keeping Krishna in center. Once Prabhuji said, I still remember, like we are worshipping a wrong deity. He said, I was like, what is that wrong deity? Like that I thought. And then Prabhuji said, that wrong deity is your body. So you should not worship your body, you should worship the deity Krishna. Like that's like Prabhuji inspired a lot. And one more inspiration story that I always remember is Prabhuji said one tomato story. Like once he went to cut tomato, and one Prabhuji said like he cut a large portion of tomato, and the Prabhuji came and said you have to cut only the whatever the portion is not required, that only you should cut because it is the energy of Krishna. So like I thought, oh wow, like so much like deep it is there, like everywhere whatever we are seeing it is Krishna's only because he is the creator, like everything rests on him, like he is the one who was there like beginning also, and also like he was the creator. So like also Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, like when Arjuna asks, like I remember everything but you don't remember, so I was the creator like that. So it got so much inspiration from me, and it's and I want to say that it's all inspiration only from all of you that inspire me so much coming to classes, and especially learn from this family. Like Prabhuji does so many things. I can't imagine seriously the person can do this much. Like he does, like, he take classes, he take care of his family, he goes to office, he take care of his office, he take care of farm, he take care of like providing milks to everyone. And whoever thinks, like he take care of different congregation, and even if I thinks or somebody thinks, he's ready to answer in the WhatsApp. Like that much free time, how can, means I don't feel Prabhuji as a person, means he is like somewhere like the person who is like so talented. So, and then especially I got so much motivation for chanting. Prabhuji used to tell every session he won't end with saying about chanting, like you have to chant, that is the Kali Yuga Dharma that you have to do. So like I got so much inspiration for chanting and everything. So I really want to thank for Srila Prabhupada and Lilananda Prabhuji and every one of you for giving the association. And if I have done any mistakes, please forgive me. And I also pray to Srila Prabhupada that please keep me in all this association. I want to serve all of you, and I want to make like this of when we have to spread this whatever Prabhuji is giving us, we have to spread this Krishna consciousness to everyone and make sure like all part and parcel of Krishna has to go back to Krishna. So yeah, that is the only prayer of me. But please pray for me. I want to be in association, and I want to serve you all. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Mataji, thank you very much. Every day, every time you do this,
Yes,
Prabhuji, the tomato story. Whenever we do, for few months, whenever we are cutting vegetables, the tomato
become conscious.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji. Thank you, Lilananda. I never thought that I will come to this association. Maybe because blindly I followed my husband, I came into this. And when I was coming, I was thinking I have to handle my elder one, my elder kid. It was very tough for me to handle him. Slowly, slowly we changed, and they also changed. They are trying to listen our words. Before it was like, okay, you say, I will not listen. Slowly, slowly transformations happened. And now they wanted, even if I was busy at that time, kids wanted me to read books daily. I only forcibly stopped them because it's like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, they wanted to continue. And apart from that, while teaching, while giving the satsang, you give examples. Daily, once I go home, I could correlated those examples happening at home. Almost every classes will happen, and I used to discuss with my husband. Because of this there is a correlation. So most of the classes we feel that day to day, whatever we are happening at home or we can correlate, and we were thinking how to handle these. And apart from that, you tell one third in your one word that in your account, God already throws something, and if you want to go beyond that, you will pay in AIG or Continental. So usually when someone is earning more or we feel that they are getting more, how can we get this? So after this, we feel that it's not that running behind other people. Just whatever we have, stay with stay with whatever you have happily. So these changes, thinking was changed, and running through the world was reduced. Spending time with family increased. A lot of changes. Still, we need to do more.
Right.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, Mataji. You are satisfied once you are the richest person.
But I feel that you might have seen me sleeping in the class most of the time.
Hare Krishna, thank you. You almost done, I think, one or two.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, so first of all, I would like to thank Lilananda Prabhuji for taking these sessions. And I was introduced to these classes by Chakravarti Prabhuji while I was.
Is anybody wondering who is this Chakravarti?
And we give the donation for him.
Yeah.
I was going to the Shivalaya one time, and he said, Prabhuji, have a minute talk. I said, yeah, I have a lot of free time. So he said, we are conducting Bhagavad Gita classes here in my home. Would you like to join? I said, definitely I love to join and come there. One fine day I came here and I was sitting idle because I don't know any one of you. Most of the people are elder people and very respectable persons. I am the only one young person sitting on the mat. So later I was very connected to these satsangs and I was very actively listening all the stories and examples given by Lilananda Prabhuji. They are very suitable for my life and professional life and personal life also. So that being said, I was very connected to him for all the love and affections he had towards to me. I still remember the day he came and gave me a hug while we were doing Puri Jagannath Radayatra in my home Vihanga. It's really my privilege to hug you, Prabhu. Jai Shri Ram. I always say that Jai Shri Ram. So, and there was one particular moment I'll never forget that in my life. It's in the Harnama Sankirtana of Namkeshwar Prabhu. I came to that after my work hours. I planned. I was in a rush to come out of the office in the earliest possible time. So I was sitting far away, and because I don't know any of the family members and friends, I was the only one sitting there. He saw me and he was chanting Hare Rama, Hare Rama. He was like, come, sit next to me. And his sons were sitting far away, and I sat next to him chanting all the Sankirtanas of, Sri Krishna Bhagavan, all the Kirtans of Srila Prabhupada. I never forget that moment, Prabhu. I'm really thankful for all your love and affection. I'll never forget that one in my life because it was a very great moment for me. Nobody told that come and sit next to me and listen to the music. I love music because my parents, my mother, my grandfather, my grandparents, they go to bhajans. So I'm very connected to all these kind of Sankirtanas, Tyagaraja Sankirtanas, Anamaya Sankirtanas, Sri Iskan songs, Srila Prabhupada Kirtans. And that being said, I'm very connected to this satsang family also. That one fine day we were going to be there. So that fine morning I came here at
early in the morning, 5 o'clock. So we came late night around 10 or 11. After going home, I was feeling like I was missing all these kind of things in the entire day, because I really love the places wherever we spend the time while I am there. And I love the kirtans, I love the prasadam a lot. So uh, that moment, I think after this class, I missed that for a couple of months again because there are no classes further for next 2 months. That being said, I want to cherish particular things regarding these Bhagavad Gita classes. Prabhu, you always try to bring up the enthusiasm in the young place and the young generation, because Lilananda Prabhu knew how we have to teach to the person in such a way that he can understand. So there are recently I changed my job. I got a new opportunity on my last working day. One of my close colleague, I should not call him colleague, one of my close friend came and said, Chaitanya, you raised the spiritual levels in all our, soul. We were really connected to the spirituality. Previously, we were going to the temples, but we are not connected to that God. I don't know. I think it's become because of you, Prabhu, because of your lectures. I was going wherever I go. I teach my friends to do these things, do these things. I want everybody to be spiritual. I every day whenever I go to the office, the first thing I say to my colleagues is Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
So after that. So after that, he went to Kedarnath, he went to Badrinath. So he was explaining all those moments. So I was really felt happy. And then in my hostel also, I used to tell my people to follow Sanatana Dhamma and become Kattar Hindus. I want Lilananda Prabhu to, take more sessions to the youngest generation to make them Kattar Hindus, to prevent them going to other religions, especially. And Lilananda Prabhu, I want you to take the sessions for small kids also. I feel very happy because I still remember that you said in the next 20 years, if we have the right courage and right government in the country, everything is going to be cleared and clean. So I'm waiting for that moment. I'm really envisioning for the next 20 years. I want my Sri Ramachandra Prabhu and Hanuman. I know wherever I go, I can see Hanuman. I know he is always with me. I want him to give you the good health, good courage, great voice, great bass in your voice, to preach all these kind of epics and great stories in our culture to the youngest generation, make the youngest generation more courageous, and make the youngest generation follow Dharma. I would like to, ask you once, Prabhu, after this Bhagavad Gita session, please also conduct a session on Ramayana. Please complete all the chapters in Ramayana. If that is not possible, at least tell Sundara Kanda. That would be helpful for each and every person who is sitting here. I personally request each and everyone to read Sundarakanda, at least listen to that Sundarakanda also. It will make magics in the life. I'm the great example. If I have to say something about my life, I will say before listening to Sundarakanda, from listening Sundarakanda, it will bring great magics in the life. Please take those sessions also, Prabhu, Sundarakanda. I'm really thankful. I'm concluding this one. Thanks for all your love and affection, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Not only younger generation, but older generation also.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji. So I'm not good at telling the things, but I'll try to tell. So how I came to this session is like, so he was searching for like who is telling the Bhagavad Gita classes. So by that time, like I was searching. So in my office, like Vamshi Prabhuji was referred me here, like this class is going in the Krishe. So I came here for one session. So by that time, like Prabhuji was telling, like there will be SSR session followed by Bhagavad Gita classes. So once I thought like to go through all the SSR sessions first. So if I'm like if I like it, I can continue the Bhagavad Gita classes. So once I'm visiting all the SSR classes, so I got to I got to know who is God and how he will be, like what is the form, everything.
So I was knowing by going to all the SSR classes. So I thought so all the SSR classes are fine. So I want to continue all the Bhagavad Gita classes. So I missed like 1 2 chapters because of my personal reasons. Still okay, but whatever I have listened is all fine. So whenever the classes are going, all the chapters I have listened. But in the middle of the chapters, like Prabhuji was giving like few stories of the Krishna. So I was very connected to the stories. Like I'll be imagining a movie when he's telling story. So background, this was going okay, okay. This is a story I can connect imagine I mean like imagination of the Krishna, Arjuna, and just now he told about the Damodar Leela. So he Yashoda Mata and Yashoda Mata is tying Krishna, little Krishna. These things was like very connected to me. The stories was very attracted to me. So many things I got to know, want to know more, because we know that like we know very little things here, but there are more things yet to know. So we can know it like day by day, like not only in the sessions, we can also get to know the things after the sessions also, like we can connect anything out of the sessions, not only Bhagavad Gita classes, like any sessions related to Krishna, Rama, or anything, so we can know the things. So okay, I'm really good of taking all the sessions, Bhagavad Gita classes, everything. So I encourage people who are like very interested to know the things of the Krishna and everything. They also can come and join in these sessions. Like next session will be continued by Lilananda and Prabhuji. So whatever I learned, thanks for that.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Anyone left? Yeah. I think one final. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Matatis, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much, Lilananda Prabhuji. First of all, I was so sorry. I just heard one lecture of you. I wish I could have heard right from the beginning, the whole sessions. So I just wanted to give some of the reflections from last lecture and the only lecture I heard in the session. Like I was so connected to some points where he was mentioning like the greatness of Krishna is not that he is supreme Lord or supreme personality, but the greatness of Krishna is that he is bound by his devotees' love. So through that statement, I felt it was very clear like Krishna is not like the master of the masters we have in the present world, like the politicians or managers we have now. Like they're just a kind of bossy things. Like we should just serve them. But here Krishna, he's bound with the love. He does whatever devotee wants. So that statement was very connected to me. And another point where you said bhakti is not complicated. We ourselves are complicated. Like previously at the beginning stages of my Krishna consciousness, I used to literally think like, Arey, we should preach so much, we should do book distribution so much, then only Krishna will be pleased, or that this. I used to really feel little complicated. But when Prabhuji said, literally, I thought to think it as simple. Like, for example, I'm attending Mangalarti every day in Bhakti Center, and as Prabhuji said, I'm thinking, look, my dance should please Krishna. From last week, I started thinking in that way. And today morning, when I'm just applying my tilak, I'm thinking, Arey, Prabhuji said last week, like, no, our decoration should also please Krishna. In that way, I feel really Prabhu's classes are very practical. Like I heard Bhagavad Gita many times. It's been a long time I'm with Krishna consciousness, and I also read personally. But whenever I read or whenever I listen from other speakers, I just used to forget in a couple of days, maybe 3 4 days. But Prabhuji's sessions I heard, and I'm really thinking practically to apply. Like it's I heard in the last class last week, and still now I wanted to apply that some things what Prabhuji said, and I wanted to continue also. As someone said, Prabhuji is really fantastic. Prabhuji's classes are, and he is really joy. Like he can explain the past times very connectingly, and he gives that bliss to everyone. I feel like, and apart from this, I personally like this verse in Bhagavad Gita where Krishna promises that he gives what we lack and he protects what we have. The verse where Krishna mentions Yoga Kshema Mahamyam. Like because before Krishna consciousness, my parents or some friends used to point out to me of some mistakes, but somehow at the next time when I try to correct them, I used to feel it little difficult, and it was demotivating. Like I feel like maybe I cannot overcome my past impressions or like that. But when Krishna promised that, stuck in my heart so much that array in this path I can really give all my past impressions and at least try somewhere. I mean, I'm not saying I'm completely changed or anything, but at least at a minute level I feel like I can try to overcome or I can just make it someday. That is what Ruchi. Thank you so much. Really, your classes are connecting. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. And final Charan Prabhu used to come here very regularly. He has moved.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji and Mataji. So my first comment here was who am I? It's regarding the soul. So that day I was felt like, oh my God, so this is the reality. So this is what, who are we? So we are not this body, like that I felt. And from the starting I was such a shy fellow, I couldn't even talk with anyone. But devotees are so merciful that when I feel like I am the child who lost in a big carnival, they are like, hey, who are you, where's your mom? Like that, they will come and embrace us, like their own family. And they made me come through all these very difficulties and every time when I come to a class, when Prabhuji says something, I just can relate it to what is happening to my in my life to me. And after listening to all the Bhagavad Gita and science of self-realization classes, I just felt like every question that I used to have is get answered. Like, why does bad things happen to good people, and why does good things happen to bad people, and what is karma, what is free will? Why is God won't do some things when we are at our lowest? Like that. Then also, like Prabhuji says, even when we leave Krishna, but Krishna never leaves us. So that I have experienced when I went from here to home. So even there, Krishna haven't left me. Krishna have sent me some people from ISKCON, and I have connected there in Vijayawada. And like everyone says, our prasadam it has contained so much of magic, because I took my family and went to Radhayatra and Krishnashtami in our ISKCON temple near to us. So there they have taken the prasadam and they even immediately stopped eating meat also. So whatever we hear in Bhagavad Gita and science of self-realization classes, it's all true. We don't even have to second guess it, because whatever Krishna says, he will definitely do it. So what we have to do is we have to surrender to Krishna and let Krishna take care of us. We have to give our 100% from our side and leave all the outcomes to Krishna. Krishna knows where to guide us and what to do with our life. So we just do whatever Krishna says with us from our inside, like as a Paramatma. Hare Krishna. Thank you for everyone.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, I'm so grateful to every one of you who has poured your heart and blessed me. I consider myself very blessed. I sincerely request everyone to pray for me and my family, our health, so we can continue this service. And my sincere prayer to Sri Krishna on this day of me finishing Bhagavad Gita, reading Bhagavad Gita, is that he should invoke the love of God in every one of you and make you an instrument in distributing the knowledge. Because one Lilananda is useless to this world. Nothing much we can do. But how much the world needs us is a lot. There is a lot of service waiting for all of us. Okay? So I never thought in my life that I even speak Bhagavad Gita, what to speak of preaching Bhagavad Gita. But it is only because of devotees who entered my life and I learned a little. And whatever I speak, I'm grateful that some of you have tolerated me for 2.5 hours also sometimes. I don't know how. My wife always she gives me a class after my class. That you should reduce your, thinking mind which keeps going everywhere. Just be focused on the topic. I know I'm a mental fellow. What to do?
Can we hear your mic also speak sometimes?
Yes. It will be much clear and crystal. Yeah, she has not been well actually. That's the reason she's not coming to this session. Otherwise, in my life, whenever we did satsang, it is her driving. And this time like a passenger there, sitting there. She's a very enthusiastic person and very clear in her intentions. I keep fluctuating here and there. So she's my meter in the house. She keeps me on track.
All of us the same.
All of us the same. So all glories to all Matajis. Could not come here, but they're sending their husbands. Yeah. So I really pray that every one of us is blessed with something that Krishna has given, and we should use it for Krishna before we die. Don't unvalue it. Don't ignore it. If you can speak nicely, I've seen some eloquent speakers here. I don't want to name, but you were very good in what you are speaking. Every point that you told was very clear. And I was thinking, when will the day come when this person will conduct a satsang in his community? Right? Spreading the same thing. Yeah, why not? Because Krishna given nothing special about us. He is the one with Matasmriti Dhyanam in the remembrance, forgetfulness, and also knowledge. And we should not keep to ourselves. And when we give it, then we shine. Right? Just like when the sun shines on the ground, even a broken piece of glass suddenly looks like sun. You see that? Top, it gives that, my God, what is this? And then you go and see, it's a small broken piece of glass. Right? So when he is shining, if we choose to be like a small broken piece of glass, we can save Sanatana Dharma on this planet. It's very important. We have to. It's about time we have to. Today morning I saw a picture of one person, a priest of one Lokanath temple in Bangladesh. He is hanged in daylight by demons. And we are not going to wake up, and we are going to be divided. And we are not going to spread this as a service. Who will do it? Because people are all ignorant sitting in those flats. They have no clue what is happening to the country. What is happening to their family, what is going to happen to their families. You know what? They will not even know until the moment comes. They're not even bothered because everybody is behind wealth, fame, name, body. That's all they're thinking. They're not thinking about the soul. If there is one country which can save the world, that is Bharat. And if Bharat is gone, this will become Atala Vitala Sutala Patala. There is nothing left in this world. Today, this planet is breathing because of Bharat. I don't speak patriotically many times because I don't know what kind of crowd I'm addressing. But since you all have attended, I'm requesting that don't leave the spirit of just taking, start giving also. In whatever little way you can, give it wherever you are, in the office. In my office, whenever I get a chance, I speak boldly. So be it. Let people see me in a tilak. Let people see me the way I am. Let people know that I am religious. So what if people know I am religious? I am religious. I am proud to be religious the way I am. And you all should also reflect that. In whatever little you know. You don't have to know entire Bhagavad Gita to speak Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada told, read one line, tell that line. That's preaching. Read one line, tell that line. That's preaching. That's all. And if somebody asks you a question that you don't know answer, don't guess it. Tell, sir, I don't know. I'll get back to you. That's what I do. When I don't know an answer, I immediately call my Shiksha Gurus. One Shiksha Guru is busy, I call another Shiksha Guru. I get the answer. Next day I go and tell the answer. We have to save ourselves. And don't think patriotism is about saving bodies. Patriotism of Sanatana Dharma is saving souls. Saving souls. Why I am saying saving soul? The soul has to get a medium to go back to God. And the medium is Sanatana Dharma. That's a template created by God. Chatur Varna Maya Shrishtam, Guna Karma Vagasha, all these 4 Varnas, everything Sanatana Dharma is holding, is for our soul. And if this is gone from the planet, what is left? Nothing is left. And we are going through the rampant phase where we have to, I'm not saying only focus there, make yourself strong. These classes are meant to make ourselves strong, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, intellectually, everywhere we have to become strong. And when we become strong, we can help someone. If you're not strong, you can lose it any day. Like Mataji was saying, the whole village and family got disturbed with one incident. But because she came to the class, she was able to hold herself, right? I mean, that matters. It applies to all of us. When problems come to us, we will get shaken up. But when we are strongly situated with Krishna, we are taking shelter of Shindar, right? Then everything will be taken care of. So I see a lot of young talent, youngsters. Best part, I mean, I'm seeing so many experienced and well-wise individuals coming here and speaking, but I'm always more motivated to see youngsters. Because youngsters coming to satsang mean our grandchildren's future is guaranteed. Our future is guaranteed. And I'm grateful to Chakrapani, who is not here today, who has inspired many individuals sitting there. He has brought them from different parts in and around. And you also recommended so many of your friends in my own Krishe. There are some families who are not attending today. And I remember them. I know their names who have not come here today. Because of many reasons, they are not here today physically. But I know how much they value this place. And we always say one word, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. But we don't know the meaning of that word. This is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. This, what we are seeing around you, this family is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which remembers and reminds us of Vasudhaiva wherever we are. Right? I don't know how tomorrow will be. I don't know how next year will be. I don't know how my health will be or my mental state will be. On today's day, sitting here, I am making an appeal to Krishna that please consider my prayer and take me back. I don't want to come to this material world again and see so much pain. But there is no doubt that anybody who is coming to satsang will go back to Krishna. There is no doubt. Only doubt is how many he will take with him. So that's वहाँ जाके और लोगों को भेजेंगे ये बाकी लोगों को भी लेकर आओ हाँ बाकी लोग so let us sincerely pray to Narsingdev, who is Vatsalya Rupa, who is the Lord who has shown mercy on his devotee. Right? Bhakta Vatsalya, very pleasing to his devotee. Let's pray that he protects our devotion. That's all we are caring for. Protects our devotion and encourages us to come here. And the next class will be in the mid of November. One class we'll have. I'll be discussing Shishashtakam verses, 8 verses of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, very important Bhagavad Gita, and finishing Shishashtakam is like closure. And then in December we'll have 2 classes continuing Shishashtakam, but I'll announce the date from which we are starting a new batch. Krishna willing, if he allows me, we will again start in January. I want you to go and request your neighbors. Come on, give it a try. Because you will save souls, not just bodies, right? By connecting them to Krishna. And all of you are encouraged to come again and again and again. If you ever feel that I finished Bhagavad Gita, then you have not heard Bhagavad Gita. It cannot be finished. Shankaracharya could not finish it. Who are we? You are me to finish it. The more we hear, the more incidents happen in life, the more realizations we get, and the whole scripture looks new to us. Every chapter looks new to us. So I'm very grateful to all the elderly here. Please bless me and please forgive me for any nonsense I would have definitely spoken with because of my false ego. Please pray that I correct myself and I become a better speaker. I become a better representative of Parampara, representing His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada, and all the Guru Varga. Let us follow. Hare Krishna. गलत तो बोलते हैं क्यों बोलेंगे अहंकार ऐसे थोड़ी आता है अहंकार बहुत बैठा है अंदर तो अहंकार के जाने में बहुत टाइम लगेगा लेकिन हमारे बल से अहंकार नहीं जाता है वो निकालेंगे वही निकालेंगे यही प्रार्थना है कि रावण का एक और सर है मेरा निकाल दे इसको काट के भक्ति में हमें डुबा दे बस यही प्रार्थना है नमस्ते नरसिंहाय नमस्ते नरसिंहाय नमस्ते नरसिंहाय नमस्ते नरसिंहाय All assembled devotees ki. And I really thank all the devotees who are there here, not there here, who have sponsored Prashadam. Let me tell you, in the last 2 years, without counting, we have given more than 10,000 plates of Prashadam. Right from here, yes. We just keep giving, and it was not possible without all of your support. So please continue to give. Chakrapani Prabhu is our treasurer. So he does a service of making the payment and getting the needed and the auto that comes. Probably Srinivas Prabhu always picks it up. Hey Prabhu, you didn't speak, right? You spoke? You want to say something? Yes, please come. This is very important. We have to hear from. Yes. Come. We just end with it.
Camera.
So, Hare Krishna. Thank you, first of all, Prabhuji, for giving us an opportunity to associate with you and these wonderful lectures. So, before joining these sessions, before Bhagavad Gita classes, I had many queries. And through each of these chapters, Prabhuji has actually answered all of them. For example, the first one being, can we learn this knowledge on our own, or do we need a teacher? I still remember you explaining the first verse of Bhagavad Gita, where you explained the permutation of the first verse of Dhritarashtra speaking. why did he use certain word to address Kauravas and why did he use certain word to address Pandavas. So I understood that there is a lot of subtext to these verses, and I understood that we actually needed one qualified teacher to learn this subject matter. Second, I always had fears that when you come into spiritual life, you had to let go of your material interactions. But through Karma Yoga concept, you actually explain that you don't have to give up your material activities, but you have to act as per spiritual injunctions, and you have to give the fruits of the activities to Krishna. And we also did not know like where to go, how to approach a spiritual master, and what to learn. What is the meaning of spiritual science? Where to go through the knowledge of through the chapter of transcendental knowledge. You actually explained that there is a disciplic succession in the past which was broken, and hence Krishna came and he has again re-established the disciplic succession, and how we are actually in a Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. We are in a disciplic succession. So that is a bona fide spiritual source. And how to approach a spiritual master, you explained that you have to approach in a submissive manner and perform service to a spiritual master, as this is not an ascending science but a descending science, where because of the mercy of the spiritual master you will actually learn these concepts. And what to learn, after explaining various yoga systems, you actually explained that Bhakti Yoga is the highest of all and the easiest and most practical way in this current age. I remember the example of you telling how a monkey carries its child versus how a cat carries its child, and Bhakti Yoga is like a cat carrying its child. And in Gnana Yoga chapters, I could personally relate very well to mode of ignorance actually. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Before these sessions, our understanding of God is very transactional. Like we go to temple, offer something, and try to get something back out of God. You explained that there are two kinds of beggars: one who beg outside the temple, and the others who beg inside the temple. I remember that very well. And bhakti is not just about transaction. You explained Yashaham Anukratami Harit means Krishna, when he's very much pleased on someone, he'll actually take away his material wealth. So that is complete opposite understanding of what we had before coming to this sessions actually. So there are many realizations like this. I've learned a lot, and Bahunam Janma Namanti, that is one thing I think these opportunities are very, very rare. That's what you often explained very much to us. So how rare is human life, and within human life to understand that Krishna is God is even more rare. So we try to value this opportunity that you have given us. So thank you very much.
So some of you who don't know Srinivas Prabhu, they are all cousins, youngsters, you know. Three, four, I think two girls used to come initially, Shivananda Mataji and Rutuja Mataji, they used to come. They're all cousins, sisters and brothers, they all used to live in Kondapur. One cousin started encouraging another cousin, right? And Prabhuji came, almost I think 5 years ago he came. And how many of you know he's an IIM graduate? He's not an ordinary fellow. Very intelligent, very intellectual, and still submissively, humbly he sits and does his service. And this is what is the essence of all these, right? To become humble. Who are we in front of God? Nothing, right? So I'm very again. I don't want to continue this long. It's already gone the longest session today. But it was so blissful to hear from every one of you golden words of gratefulness to Krishna. That's what I took. Everybody was grateful to Krishna for appearing in the form of Bhagavad Gita and helping all of us. So let's help others also in your capacity and pray that you should become an instrument like Arjuna in the hands of Krishna to help others. Right? In whatever age you are, whatever young, old, you can still do something for Krishna according to your body situation. But never think, can I do? Never think like that. Everybody can do something. A lot of things we can do. And if we don't do, then we can't save our soul. We have to do. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. And you can start coming to the Bhakti Center in the evening, Sunday evenings, to increase the intensity. There it is very intense talk I scare people to death. I can see that. Every year I remind you of that, but every day, sorry. So there will be more leelas and festivals. We've not done festivals here. It's more been philosophy. But do Abhishekam, we do Kirtan, we do so many festivals. This is Kartika Mas. There's so many festivals. Govardhan Puja, we make a Govardhan, keep Giriraj on the top, and we circumambulate, right? Radha Kund, Sham Kund. I have not discussed many things with you. The whole, actually, if you really ask me, did I start preaching here? I have not started. This is, whatever I told is pure philosophy from Bhagavad Gita. But the way you interact with the philosophy is festivals. Our Sanatana Dharma has given so many festivals. So please come and attend festivals there while we celebrate I'm asking you more time from you, Sunday evening also now. And Sunday morning is for you to serve now. You're all already attended, so now you're going to come and serve by encouraging others and making everybody comfortable. Right? Hare Krishna.
We wait for every Sunday for the embrace.
We are missing you for sure.